Intro countdown begins now. Oh, yeah. Bibbidi-bidi-beep-bop-beep-up-beep. Ba-da-beep-beep-beep-beep-up.
We don't burn angels on the fire.
I'm a scat man.
Oh, fuck.
What'd you do? You said the F word.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I heard it.
I said shucks.
Don't. Oh. Hey, you know we had a video removed from YouTube today because the thumbnail was Jim Carrey forcing Owen Wilson to suck on a dryer in the background of Cable Guy because they said it was sexual content.
I can see that if you get turned on by dryers.
The bots thought it was you know what the bots thought it was. It's like YouTube, your bots' minds are dirtier than ours.
Big time. Nasty.
Bungalows.
But then again, I did have bad experience before in a dryer room.
Ooh.
Did I pee? Yeah, I did.
He's a man, he's a force, he's a J, he's a no.
It's weird, dude. Every time we start a brand new chat, like my fucking phone goes nuts. I have to restart it every time.
That's really weird.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it's too close to the screen. I don't know.
It can't handle the thunder. Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And this is Friday Night Fights.
You guys are in for a real fuck fest on this one. Holy shit.
It's going to get inside of you and say, I want it all. That's what it's going to do.
I want it all.
And I want it now.
Oh.
Tonight, we are reviewing Andy Matichak's Son, which is available in theaters and on VOD today. And then in the second and third hours of the show, we are pitting our top 10 movies of all time against each other. And you guys are going to vote on the winners. The winners.
Loser is going to get a finger right in the butt.
Oh,
That's just the way it works.
That's how we do things around here. And then took it.
That's settled. You know what? That's why we've never been into a gang fight, because that's the stipulation of our gang fight rules.
They can't handle
If you lose, you get a finger in the butt. And people's like, oh man, those guys are fucking loco.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fuck with them.
That's how you win a fight, guys. You just put your finger in their butt.
That's really, that's how they do it in the NFL. That's the way that Dad did it. That's the way that America does it. And it's worked out pretty well so far. Yeah. I'm not sure. Like, that was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life when they were talking about how the NFL players, when they crowded on the ball, there would be people putting fingers in each other's butts, licking each other's ears, whispering sweet nothings just to get them to cough up the balls. Like, God damn, you're dedicated.
You got to win. Yeah. You got to do anything you can to win. They would too, man. They'll put full finger in their butts.
They fist that butthole.
You know, there was like one lineman who liked it, so he just like put a little hole in his underwear.
Well, I think the worst thing that could happen is a guy that did not only loosen his grip on the ball, but then actually like turned around and gave you one of those. I'll see you in the locker room.
Someone said Jay in the red tonight, or Eggshit did it. That reminds me of Chevelle. It's like the red, it filters through.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I got different colors. I thought I'd try the red. I mean, we are talking about Sun. That's a horror movie, so I was like, I'll just go with the red.
It fits perfectly. It fits completely perfectly. So let's do that. Let's review Sun. I hope you guys are having an awesome Friday night. I know I am. I know he is. I'm hard right now.
Yeah, it's good. It's good Friday night.
Hard up for some We Watched a Movie love. I don't know what I was going with there. I apologize, and I moved to strike.
It's been strucken.
It's been 1 week since I looked at you.
Been strucken.
I have a history of taking off my shirt. But yeah, so out tonight is Andy Matichak of Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills in a movie called Sun that Jay and I watched last week before we interviewed Andy, and it was so fucking good, and that was a relief because if it had sucked, it would have been a really weird thing to talk about. But it was
been
really
awkward.
good.
I'd be like, Andy, look, you seem like a lovely human being, but your movie fucking blew. Big old donkey dick. What are you doing? I'm not even your manager, and I'm telling you to avoid these kind of films in the future. No, but it was actually, yeah, it was surprisingly not only a decent flick, but it was kind of fucking scary too. Like, definitely shit my panties 3 times.
Yeah,
Three
dude.
times I counted them. Once was a close one. 2.5, because the other one was more of a shard, not really a full on poop.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand this rating scale. Yeah. So in the movie, not a lot of people know about it. It feels like not a lot of people talking about it. I know she was on some interviews today on Bloody Discussing, some other place like that. So hopefully that'll get people to know. But I'm telling you guys, when you get done with the stream tonight or this weekend, you want to watch a scary movie, that is the new movie to watch, because what happens is it starts out and it's her, she's pregnant, and again, we'll keep it spoiler free, but she's pregnant, she's clearly running from something, she goes into a diner, she sits down, she's just trying to have a fucking piece of goddamn apple pie, and these fucking 2 dudes who look like they're shopping for sports cards and Carhartts walk up behind her and sit down, and you're like, oh, some people are after her. Reminded me a lot, actually, of the opening to Halloween 6, when Jamie's running from Michael.
I just think, like, she said that it was like an IHOP, like a really shittier version of an IHOP, and they were like, "Are you gonna pay first? You better pay first, bitch." And because she sat down there and she was like, it was weird because they sat down right next behind her, behind the booth, and they stared at her. Later on, I was like, oh, they must have been a part of the goddamn Scientology group that was chasing her.
Yeah. You don't really get there's a scene, and it makes you go, things that make you go, There's a scene that happens involving the delivery of the baby, and you're like, damn, that must have fucking hurt. That must have been.
Oh yeah, that was grody.
How do you do that? I've never done that.
I don't know. I guess that would take, you could probably do that after like 3 Vicodins and about 5 beers.
Yeah,
That's the only way, because that pain was fucking.
Yeah.
She had to get that shit out. That's like trying to have to take a hot dump in the middle of like traffic. You got to get it out. It doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, it was painful. It was intense. But the movie goes on. Emile Hirsch plays the detective in the movie. What happens is you get the sense that something wacky's going on. But then they fast forward. She's with her son. They're living a happy life. She's a good mom. He's a good kid. The kid actor's really good in the movie. He did a great job. And she's saying his praises as well. But one night there's some people in his room, and it's freaky. It reminds you of Hereditary, when people's just hanging out in the clubhouse with their dicks swinging out everywhere. Not exactly that, but it just reminds you of that.
Sounds like the Blue Oyster Club and Police Academy.
She calls the police, and Emile Hirsch plays the detective. Emile Hirsch, underrated actor in my opinion. The Girl Next Door. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He's one of those actors.
Fucking tripod.
Yeah, just underrated actor, and he's grown. He was in the Autopsy of Jane Doe too. He's really good in that. He's grown up a bit. Like I guess I don't know if he doesn't have the kiddish version of him he did in The Girl Next Door. Maybe people don't exactly know how to cast him, but it seems like he should be in more important roles than he is. I mean, not that this one is, but
yeah.
Apart from this, but anyways, yeah, he is. He comes up to investigate, and then everything unravels from there, and you don't know what to believe the entire time the movie's going on, because you start to hear about her past, about where she grew up, about all this fucked up shit happening. Something might be fucked up with the kid, something might be fucked up with her. Big mystery the entire time. Kind of hard to review because there's so many spoilers in it, but it feels like an A24 film, man. Did you get that vibe too?
I got an A24 film. I also got a lot of Omen film, the whole thing felt like, I mean, basically it's the Omen, an updated version with the Omen, and they put a little bit of a Strotsky sauce of Insidious in it. Just a tiny bit touch of it, just the way the atmosphere felt. Also kind of like more, maybe not, I was going to say maybe Insidious, but it also could be like Sinister. There's a lot, like it kind of had that same uneasy atmospheric kind of feel to the whole film. Like it just really felt weird the whole time you were watching it, because you always thought somebody was lurking around the corner ready to put that finger right in your ass, and you're not ready for it like at all. And I wasn't, because it happened. But no, the story itself, though, just the way that they go about telling it reminded me a lot of, not exactly Damien's story in the original Omen, I would say more toward the Julia Stiles version of the Omen. Like it was good, man, and it's fucking got some. There's one part in it I'm like, yeah. It was pretty gnarly. I didn't expect it, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna eat spaghetti for a couple of weeks because I didn't. It looked like the inside of a fucking like it looked like somebody tried to make spaghetti squash
Yes.
or something. Like, I don't know. It was fucking gross. But I will say, Annie Matichak, what really got me about her and why she was so good, and she really does take you on, the adventure of the film, is because she reminded me a lot of, and I can't remember, I never can, the chick from, you already mentioned her, or not, you didn't mention the actress, but the one that was in, the, my head's gone. Oh my God, a telephone pole. What's the movie?
Oh, Hereditary.
Yeah, Hereditary.
Tony Collette, or if you're
Toni
from
Collette.
Kentucky, Tony Collette.
Toni Collette. Yeah, not on, it's exactly the same, but the levels of emotion and things like that. She did a really fantastic job. You come a long way from the Halloween, sister, but don't you forget your roots.
Oh, that's what we were talking about, man. Like, she was so shockingly good in this, and it's not that she wasn't good in Halloween. It's just that she wasn't the focal point of it, right? Because you got Jamie Lee Curtis and all this other stuff going on. But this movie was one of those movies that you watch and you go, that fucker right there has a big future in movies.
Yeah.
Like, she not only carried the film, not that it needed someone to carry it because it was still really good, but she was fascinating to watch. They put her through hell, because you got to imagine you're watching this kid of yours go through this. It's kind of like The Exorcist in that way too. Like, they have to go through tests. You don't know what's wrong. The kids, it's crazy, wild shit's happening to this kid. And at this point,
Planned Parenthood.
we don't know what's happening.
I wouldn't be having that.
The doctors can't explain it. She had to act her ass off in this one, and she fucking nailed it. Which is why I mean, I think she's gonna be huge. I really do.
I didn't get a chance to ask her that because I guess I'm just now thinking of it. But one thing that would be curious to know, from her perspective, is like, when you go into a movie like this, you already know it's going to be an intense kind of movie. She even said that, when she read the script, she knew the script was going to be fucking, it was scary. So she understood they were going to go for this kind of vision. But it makes you wonder, like, when you walk in, if you're like, they're going to ask you to do like crazy, like you're going to have to stretch your fucking panties on this acting. You're really going to have to stretch the limit here, Linda. And if you don't do it, then you're fired. Like, I wonder if that pressure builds on you going onto the set, and they're expecting it. They're like, she better bring the fucking thunder and the lightning, or her ass is unemployed.
Well, I think,
I don't know. Like, that's why, because I would be scared shitless. I mean, you imagine. I mean, we're not actors, but I'm just saying, like, if that's the movie you're going to be doing, right? And you could probably go in there if you were a big name actor. And I'm not saying they all do this, but if they wanted to like snore it in, if they wanted to kind of catch, kind of mail it in and not really, it's a horror movie, I don't care, give me the money, I'll do it. They could do that, but she was really going for like the full embodiment of that character, and she pulls it off, and it was amazing.
And with what her character was going through, I think you have to. I don't think you can half-ass that. I think the problem would have been, on the other hand, someone that wasn't capable of pulling off those emotions. The movie just wouldn't have worked. You'd have seen someone trying to do it, like, if it me and you, like, I don't know what to do. It wouldn't have worked.
We would sound like Keanu Reeves from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. There's a baby, and it's got something inside of it. I don't know what to do.
Who, what, where?
We're gonna get like the 10 Raspberry Awards in a row. We'll make fucking history on Raspberry Awards.
Exactly. But it's a mystery all the way through the movie, and it's actually got really scary scenes. One scene in particular reminds me of, remember The Devil's Candy with fucking Mark with
that dude.
Ethan Embry.
Yeah, Ethan Embry.
The hotel scene in that movie.
Ethan jacked up Embry? God,
oh yeah, he's looking good.
Looking tone fresh.
Him and Devin Sawa both, by the way, who's going to be in Child's Play now, apparently, looking great. But there's a hotel scene, and it's intense as fuck. She has to do something. Her character has to do something to get them into the next day, to get them by. And that scene is intense as fuck. Yep. And all I can say is if you've ever been face to face with like a 350-pound dude who looks like the Mountain, butt naked with his dick hanging out right in front of you, screaming at you, and you got to keep a straight face, you'll know what I'm talking about. We've all been there a time or two.
Had you seen that movie first?
What movie?
Before I watched it?
What?
The Sun. Did you watch it first?
I think I watched it like a day before you did.
Yeah, you could have warned me if there was some herky jerky shit going on there, because that shit dropped. I wasn't even fucking ready for that. Like, I wasn't ready. Herky jerky is one of the worst fucking things ever invented in horror movies. Some people love it. I hate it. I think it's terrible. Okay. I don't know why I'm talking like Donald Trump now. It's huge. It's nasty. I think that we can move past that. China is to blame for the herky jerkies. No, but it scares the fuck out of me. But I'm glad they use it. It's effective. But Jesus Christ, dude, when it happened, dude, this is what I look like. Dude, I want it over as quickly as possible, just like
Yeah.
any girl that I'm with. I'm sure they want to have that sex over as quickly as possible because it's just terrible. It's just terrible.
But no, it and the movie lands too. Like a lot of movies like this, the ending will fuck it all up. But the ending in this was really good. I think it gave you something to walk away with, but didn't overdo it. A lot of wild shit happens in this movie. Definitely check out Sunman. I give the movie, honest to God, I give it an 8 out of 10. I think it was that
Yeah, dude,
good.
I thought it was really good. I mean, and it's not, it's not because we had Andy on the show or anything like that. We were already saying that before, we had her on. It was really well done. It's really well put together. It's a good horror movie. And if you like movies like The Omen or Insidious or Sinister or anything like that, even just those three, you'll love the movie. I think most people I like it. Also kind of got not to the same extreme level, but I kind of also felt like the seventh is it the Seventh Seal or the Seventh Sign with Sandra Bullock, a little bit like that. It's kind of not Sandra Bullock, Demi Moore. It's kind of like that too. I don't know. It's a really high octane adventure with horror and herky jerkies that they need to let die by the sea, but they don't.
Yeah, a lot, like I said, A24 film, a lot of scary stuff happening in between, a lot of slow parts with fucking scary violin, don't know what's coming next, but then when it does show up, it's just like, God damn it, fuck.
Yeah.
It unsettles you, and it makes you feel dark inside of your underwear, and it's really good, guys. Definitely check out Sun. You can rent it on VOD today, or if it's playing in a theater near you, can go see it. So that's our review for Sun. Definitely recommend it. Again, not just saying this because Andy's on the show. If she was on the show and she was like the worst person ever, then we'd still be saying the same thing. But fortunately for us, she's a sweetheart and she was really nice and awesome. But man, it's a horror movie. If you're missing new horror movies because of theaters, because of whatever else is going on, definitely rent this movie. It's gonna be fun times at Ridgemont High. You're gonna want to see it. I guarantee it. You fucks.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What are you doing? All I can see is your elbow.
I'm trying to get away the gay porn that popped up on my screen. I can't believe I left it on here.
I want to lick it.
Share screen. No, I don't know. I was trying to fix something on the video settings.
Man, has anybody in the chat seen it, by the way? Have any of you guys seen the movie yet? We do have a super chat while we're running our fat mouths. Gypsy Warrior said, favorite Queen album? Could we get a little hint for your next commentary? Keep drinking the Kool-Aid of awesome and being sensual beings. I'll be honest with you, man. Queen, not all of it runs together for me as far as Queen goes, but as far as albums go, I was a little bit late on the Queen train. It's the songs that stand out to me. So I'll just say my favorite song, and my favorite Queen song is Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't think
the song. Yeah. My favorite Queen album is Queen's Greatest Hits. It's my favorite album.
Honestly, that's not that's a
literally
good answer.
I knew who Queen was. Obviously everybody knows who Queen is. Queen is Queen. But I never owned an album, and I really got introduced to them more so with their Greatest Hits album that I bought at Walmart one late night. And that was it. It was like, here's a nice piece of shit. That was great. It was good. I don't know. I think I was in there and I was trying to get a movie, and then no movies were available that I wanted because I always went. They used to do the midnight releases at Walmart. I'd always go. So I just wound up getting a CD, and I'm still an asshole apparently because nobody was getting CDs. I was like, this looks nice. It had a nice purple background to it and had gold lettering. It said Queen's Greatest Hits. It's like, this is gonna rock the fuck out.
Which one? This? Yeah. And I still maintain that we rocked the shit out of Bohemian Rhapsody at karaoke, even though Jay says that we sucked.
Yeah, dude, we had people literally coming up and say they'll move out of Kentucky next time. It was so bad. We were acting like we were fucking Rip Taylor. We were bringing motherfuckers in from the crowd drunkenly, having them all stand up on stage, be like, sing it with us.
We did have
like fucking Bob Hope.
We did have like 12 people on stage just singing, to be fair, and we were taking turns. Tyler,
you know why that was? Because we didn't know it. We forgot the fucking lyrics. I was so drunk I couldn't even read the lyrics on the screen.
Oh, I was gonna say that's why they have
it was
on
blurred.
The screen.
I was going like this, huh? What's that say? I can't even read the words.
Hey, you know what I learned to play last night on guitar? I learned to play 4 non-blondes. Is it 5 non-blondes or is it 4 non-blondes?
I don't know.
I said, hey, yeah.
Oh, that one.
That one?
4, maybe it's 4.
4 non-blondes.
How many blondes does it take to know how many band members are in the band?
What's going on? I learned how to play that, and I learned how to play Red Right Hand by Nick Cave, the Bad. Very easy to play, actually, surprisingly.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I had a good time. Tyler Rumfeld says, Sarah and I are watching you guys in the hotel on our vacation. Say hello as Dr. Loomis, Jay. For Tyler and Sarah.
Tyler and Sarah watching assholes in your hotel room when you should be knocking the boots, doing the rubber dubby in the old bathtub, whatever. If that's how you want to spend your time in the hotel room. Hello, how you doing? Make sure that you pay and tip your, what are they called? The people that turn the beds over, the maids. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in a goddamn hotel.
You want make fuck?
I don't know. Who are you? Nasty. Make fuck? I'm not gonna make fuck. You would fuck. Idiots. Have a good one.
Enjoy your all's vacation. I cannot wait to do that once again. Brennan Nick says, if Shaving Ryan's Privates doesn't win #1 movie of all time, I'll be extremely disappointed.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot all about that one. Honest to God, I really did.
Never been a Saving Private Ryan guy, man.
I loved it, but I totally forgot about it. I really did. Because I also, God damn, I forgot about Apocalypse Now too.
Yeah, none of those going to make my top 10 though.
Full Metal Jacket.
Let me spin it. I don't have any war movies in my top 10. For those of you just tuning in here in a little bit, we're going to put Jay's top 10 movies of all time against my top 10 movies of all time. And you're going to vote on the winners. And I am going to fuck you in the parking lot. Wait. What?
That's not a threat or a promise.
It's a guarantee. That's all I can think of. It's all I can think of. Everybody keeps saying 4. Why do they say? Oh, it's 4 non-blondes.
Mm.
Hey, yeah. I said, hey.
Yeah, 4. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
4 non-blondes.
I just remember she looked like she smelled like an old attic in that music video. She had like dreadlocks, and she was wearing like an oversized Jamaican hat and like baggy clothes. That's when they were all into that weird 90s alternative style. She just looked like she smelled like an old attic and like used dryer sheets.
She looked like, I lived in a town called Danville for a little while, and they had a tiny little college there full of smart kids, and the people in the town would call them yuppies. And she looked exactly like every girl who went to that school. They would come out with their glasses and their cardigans, all looking smart and shit, you know?
Yeah.
They'd be like, "You're a fucking yuppie."
It's like, they would be like, "Hey, are you any good?" Like, you'd be like, that'd be like somebody you go to school, but like, "Hey, are you any good with algebra? Can you help me out?" And they'd be like, "Do you know the history of algebra and how it locks you in place and doesn't expand your mind?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Morpheus? I'm just asking you if you know how to do the goddamn equation. I think that you need to take a chill pill, bro." And I hate that shit too, because that's the kind of chick that does that, and that shit pisses me off. I don't know why. It's always been a thing with me, dude. When a chick walks up to me and she's like, "Hey, bruh, what's going on, bruh?" I'm like, "Fucking stop it."
You have a thing against chicks saying bruh?
Not to me. I don't like that shit. I'm not your bro. I'm not your bro.
Like, what about dudes? Do you not like dudes calling you bro?
I don't know. It's one of those things. It's not like necessarily that the dude thing is okay, but it's still, I don't like it sometimes. I don't know. It just makes me feel all weird.
Let it be known here today on this day that Jay doesn't like for chicks to call him bruh. All right.
I don't like anybody to call me bruh when they meet me. Okay, let's just put that to fucking bed. Okay, you walk around going, "Hey, bruh." I was like, "I don't know. Do you need one?" I mean, the fucking women's department's right around the store. You mean, bruh?
The Shape of the Shadows. Thanks, man. Says, "Hey, Mike and Jay, amid the the Wham fam. When will you guys do more Dr. Lewis and Michael Myers videos with you two together again? Also, can I get a shout out from Slenderman for Nikki? As far as your first question,
never.
Soon. Yeah, we're done. It's dead.
Whenever, hey, we got this. We got this great. These great cameras and everything's working out well. We never have to smell each other's farts or breath again.
Actually, no, get together on Monday.
Well, I mean, other than that, yeah, but we got hazmat suits. No, yeah, it'll be soon.
Yeah. We'll have something for sure. We already have a skit filmed called Redneck Scream. That dude, the only reason that hasn't come out yet is because I have to get dressed as Ghostface, go outside and film some B footage. And then I have to do voiceover work as Ghostface, and I just keep forgetting to fucking do it. This weekend, tomorrow, maybe. This weekend, I'm gonna do it, and then hope there will be a skit out soon. But yeah, Slenderman for Nikki.
Hello, Nikki. How you doing? Me hope you have a great day. Okay, Nikki. Me wonder, do you like the sporting goods Dickies? Do you like that? Do you wear Dickies, Nikki? Me wonder, baby. Anyway, me hope that you have a wonderful evening as well as a wonderful day tomorrow. And you also named after Adam Sandler character. Did you know that? Him one time went by Little Nicky from what we remember. But that is fame. So anyway, have a good one, Nikki. Me see you soon.
Joshua Ayers, $6.65. He wasn't feeling too satanic tonight.
Be careful.
It says, "Hey guys, I was hoping the epic Nick Cage bathroom scene in Mandy would have been mentioned last time."
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck, dude.
Man, we
That
were on a
was
roll.
good one.
That was a really good one. I don't know. I was just trying to pull up any like memories I had left that wasn't attacked by the beer to think of a bathroom scene.
Yeah, man. That was a great fucking scene though. When he goes in there and just grabs the whole fifth of vodka, downs it. He's wearing like a fucking tidy whities and just starts screaming. That's basically all of us after the Packers lose the NFC Championship.
Dude, that, you know what? Honestly, Mandy is like, I feel like it's underrated. I don't feel like enough people talk about how well and good Nick Cage performed in that. Like it feels like they were like, oh yeah, it's crazy Nick Cage, woo-wee, I love him. But I honestly think he did a really good job. Like it's not like he just was crazy for no purpose. Like it was actually, it made sense.
I actually think the movie is a tiny bit overrated because that's all I hear people talk about.
Well, that's our first disagreement tonight. There will be many.
But no, Nick Cage in the movie underrated. Yes, I agree with you on that. For sure. Corn
Pone Flick says, you wonder why he's got that booze in the bathroom. It's been a fucking terrible week. Like that's when you know it's been a terrible week, when you got a big old bottle of Jack Daniels sitting on the back of the fucking toilet.
Or
in the shower.
I've had those nights, man. You know, maybe it's not Jack Daniels. Maybe it's just a bottle of water when you wake up. But you wake up for third shift. You feel like a depleted human being, and you're just in your bathroom like, I can't fucking do it anymore. I've had those nights.
Yeah, dude. You put on a little Kid Rock, and then you just drink the fuck out of yourself.
Cheyenne Turner, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. It says, hey guys, keep up the laughs and awesome content coming. Jay, can I get a Luma shout out for Cheyenne Turner?
Cheyenne Turner. Are you related to Tina Turner? I don't think you are. I don't think your name is Cheyenne Turner. Goddamn lying people on this site. Anyway, here's your shout out, Cheyenne. Are you also a part of a Native American tribe, Cheyenne Turner? Tell me the truth. Where's Michael? You all know mystical spells. Don't you smoke peyote? Smoke it and tell me. Is he with Cookie Woman, Cheyenne?
Cookie Woman.
I don't want to keep wanting to do. I've never done that. We did that review for Young Guns. I think drinking peyote or whatever the fuck they did, that would be the most extreme thing you could ever do in a fucking desert on cliffs.
Yeah.
You've got to be crazy. You gotta be a Young Gun. You gotta be a Billy the Kid to do that.
That's why they did it. That's why they call them the Revocators or whatever the fuck. What do they call them?
The Eradicators?
Eradicators?
No, they were the regulator. No,
the regulators.
The regulators. Right? It was regulators.
Regulators regulate.
Yeah. Whatever. The Eradicators sounds better. Eradicators, form up.
William McSwain, thanks, buddy. He says, hey, he's a handsome guy. He's got a nice little mustache going on there. I like the cut of your jib, William. He says, watch Death Sentence, definitely a Punisher movie. If the Punisher was a mid-age insurance adjuster, best was John Goodman in action, almost proto-John Wick. So now Taxi Driver or A Simple Plan. I really appreciate the audience's response to you and I singing the praises of Kevin Bacon's Death Sentence, because it feels like that movie just went into the air like a fart in the night, never to be smelled from anybody. But it seems like every time we get on this show, someone's like, fucking Death Sentence, bro. And I'm like, yeah, that was us, dude. We did that. Oh, shit. Jay's frozen. Come back to me. Baby, come back to me. Come on. Yeah, it didn't work. Maybe we'll come back in just a second. Might have to zoom back in. Thor, you're not taking this place. Stop trying to get camera time. Taxi Driver or A Simple Plan? Taxi Driver over A Simple Plan. I like A Simple Plan. Sam Raimi film. Great movie. But between those two, just based on, Jay's gone. He'll be back in a second, though. He just got to zoom back in. Text him, tell him to use the same thing. I feel like Garth when Wayne walks away and he's like, hey, my face just got fucking big on the screen. No Sharon Stone. You know Sharon Stone. To come back in. Ooh. So if Jay is not able to get back, I guess that just means that I win. I'll just say my top 10 movies and then I'll just turn off the video, and that's what'll happen. But yeah, dude, Death Sentence, definitely underrated. Glad to see it getting some fucking love from people. Gypsy Warrior said, I'm sorry about all these requests, but can we please get Slender Man as Stewie Griffin? That might take some practice. I don't know how much Family Guy Jay's watched. He might actually have to check that out before he's able to do that for sure. But while Jay's getting back in here, did you guys hear about the Child's Play news today? And if you didn't, I'll fucking tell you. Okay? Child's Play, the TV series, Don Mancini, the original creator of Child's Play, he's been working on a TV series for a while. It's going to include Brad Dourif as the voice of Chucky once again, although Mark Hamill did do a good job in the remake. But the news today was that Devon Sawa is going to play twins in the TV series. I don't know if you guys have seen Devon fucking Sawa lately, but the dude is jacked, okay? Whether it was in The Fanatic or Hunter x Hunter, which was a decent movie that I just watched that's a VOD film right now. The guy can act. He's not just the child star with a pretty face. He can act, and he's also good at Twitter. But he's going to be a part of Child's Play, which is big news. I think that could be really great for both him and for Child's Play. Who is this morose motherfucker right here? Can you hear me? Can't hear you.
I'm so goddamn sick of those fucking regulators fucking my internet connection up. That Billy the Kid is a menace, and I can't wait to stop him.
Hey, look at us having technical issues and fucking knocking them out like that.
No, dude, that's never that pissed me off, dude, because it's never fucking done that before. Like, I mean, it's like fart sprayed a little bit, but it's kind of, I came back in immediately. But this motherfucker, like Tyson KO'd me out of the whole fucking Zoom chat.
It did.
So if it ever happens again, that's it. I'm going back to dial up, and you can suck my dick.
I'll do it too. I'll fucking leave.
No, I'm not kidding. I miss that old.
That was a good sound.
I miss that fucking sound. At least I knew it was a stable connection then. It might have been a little bit. Hey, look, the porn might have loaded a little bit slower, but I knew it was stable. As long as nobody picked up the fucking phone. Sorry about that shit. It was crazy. I don't know what happened. It's just the crazy fucking 21st century, I guess. Nobody's fault.
Those were good sounds. Those were good times. Check. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you remember to pick up Tostitos at the grocery store?
You got the money? Yeah, we're having. Mike had said something about. He's like, "Hey, dude, we need to fucking order like some like remote control so we can like do it off camera."
I know. I would love
so
to see it. Yeah.
I mean, I could see the appeal of like Sergey Leone when he did spaghetti westerns, because that's fun as fuck, dude. To zoom in on somebody's eyes and you go,
yeah, dude. I wish we could do. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look up how we can get like remote controls to do that. And hey, if people keep impersonating Andy Matichak in the chat, then Vanessa, strike them with the sword of removal, my dear.
The lasagna dinner is just having a whole fucking, crisis of faith down there. Jesus Christ. You're yelling in the chat, sir. God damn. Can you take your caps lock off and talk? He's like, Jay, I don't like how zoomed in. Mike, stop. No. Like, Jesus Christ. You're acting like we just threw a baby into a fucking cliff. Calm it down there, sir, and have some lasagna with your dinner.
I'm uncomfortable with people being this close to me. Oh, God. Hey, I haven't seen Courtney or Vinny in the chat tonight.
I haven't either. I know Vinny. I think Vinny popped in for a second to say, hello, what's up? I'm drinking Jack Daniels. Fuck you.
I haven't seen Courtney or Vinny, and that would leave Vanessa to not only moderate, but also count, which I feel like is unfucking fair. Courtney or Vinny, let yourselves be known. Gypsy Wars says, you guys got to do My Mule Don't Like People Laughing from Fistful of Dollars with the zoom in. I think I'll have to rewatch Fistful of Dollars first, but yeah, we'll do that shit. Do you remember that scene?
The Fistful of Dollars?
The My Mule Don't Like People Laughing.
No, it's been a while. I couldn't do a Fistful of Dollars. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Lasagna dinner is a female. Well, either way, it still stands. I'll just flip the gender there.
Oh, yeah. Gypsy Warrior wanted to know if you watched, if you could do Slender Man as Stewie.
As Stewie?
Stewie Griffin from Family Guy.
For what? What? Just
I
do
said
a
I don't
scene?
even know if you know Stewie from Family Guy.
No, I know. It goes,
So-
cool whip, cool whip.
Cool.
Because why? But just say cool. Now say whip, cool whip.
That's
I know.
Hot Rod.
No, that's Stewie. That's the cool whip.
Is it? I didn't.
Yeah,
know that.
they might have borrowed jokes. Fuck, I don't know. They pass jokes around in Hollywood like they're STDs. So, I guess okay. The only one I remember the most, mama, 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 and then what? Hi.
that was better than I could expect it to be. Ryder says the newest season of The Real World has the cast of season 1. Have you seen that on Paramount Plus? I guess they're bringing back The Real World from MTV. But they're bringing back the cast of season 1. I want to see the cast of Seattle. Remember that dude smacked her right in the fucking face? He smacked her right in the fucking face, dude. Do you remember that episode?
Oh yeah, dude, that was a good one. The
Whoa.
Seattle one, I remember that came in on right when I think Nitro was going on and WCW Monday Nitro and shit.
Yeah.
And watching that, dude, that was some good shit, man. That one guy was mean as fuck. AJ, not AJ, that guy, that sounds like a name that'd be on set. I can't remember it. The guy's name, the black-haired guy, that guy was fucking vicious.
Yeah, dude, that guy was angry. Lucifer Morningstar says, "Hey Jay, it's Mikey Myers. You should do an album, LOL."
What is an album?
He says, "Hey Jay, it's Mikey Myers. Mickey Myers, you should do
Mickey
an album."
Myers.
He
Oh.
wants you to do an album. Cody Buchanan says, "My top 10 favorite films are number 1, Ghostbusters. I bet that's yours too. No spoilers. Number 2, Jaws. Number 3,
You're wrong. Titanic, number 1.
Number 3, RoboCop. Number 4, Terminator." It's the knockoff version of Terminator. It's I am the Terminator. I'm here to terminate your potato tots. No, I'm gonna say Terminator.
Terminator. Yeah, I know.
Number 5, Jurassic Park. 6, TMNT. 7, Predator. 8, Karate Kid. 9,
Like
Endgame. 10,
Get it.
Goonies. That guy likes
Man,
fucking
I'll tell you what.
blockbusters.
I'll tell you what,
appreciate
man. I had a hard time. I really did almost put Endgame on my list, and I know it's a newer movie, but I almost did it because I was like, man, that's the greatest, up to this point comic book movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But then again, Logan was really good too. But the thing about Avengers Endgame, at the very last part, at the end credit or at the end part of the movie, when he says Avengers Assemble, and then they all, and that music swells up and they all start rushing, dude, that's like,
Hey.
that was one of the best scenes I've ever seen in a superhero movie, hands down.
It was weird because that was one, like you said, that was maybe like the biggest spectacle, the biggest emotional at a pure spectacle scene I've ever been a witness to in a movie theater. That was just like, oh my God. It didn't make my top 10, but it definitely made my list leading up to my top 10.
Yeah, dude. If we, as I was gonna say, I was like, man, let's just do a top 20. Fuck it, because I couldn't fit all the ones I wanted in, and I was trying my best, dude. I was trying my best on this list, and then I did those those slashes, so it was like I tie it with this, and I was like, well, I can't keep doing this because everything's gonna tie, and it's gonna be a top 20. So I have to go back and actually make a top 10 list. But I know it's not everybody's gonna be a fan of it, but yeah, dude, it was the one. I felt like goddamn the Riddler in Batman Forever when he was like, I'll show you that it works.
Dude,
I was all fucking crazy in the lab.
It was so hard to do. Like, Kenny went to bed last night, and I was sitting here with my notebook, just like, fucking, just going at it. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, trying to make my top 10 movies of all time, and even she was like, "Oh, that sounds fucking hard. You got to pick 10 movies out of the entire world,
all of it, yeah, everything."
It's so hard to do. I hate it.
Dude.
I hate my list. I fucking hate the whole thing. I'm not proud of it. I don't like it at all.
Dude, my hair, like when I was done with the list, I looked like fucking Frederick fucking Chopin. It was all crazy. Like I had been writing music notes all night, scribbling over this and throwing the books and throwing everything. I'm like, that's not good enough. It's not scratching out things, Xing out things. Songs. I'll hit the treble clef, three times. Like I was like fucking doing wild shit on the piano with the fucking pen.
I feel weird though, dude, because like I know Vanessa's here, and thank you, Vanessa, for showing up. We don't have Vinny.
No, Vinny's here. Yeah,
Vinny is here.
Yeah, Vinny's here.
What the fuck is up with Courtney? The fuck, Courtney?
No, yeah, Courtney found somebody better. He found way better streamers, and he said, "Fuck you."
Apparently, okay.
Way
so
better.
We got Vinny, we got and we got Vanessa. That's awesome. The Flying V. That's what we call them when they're together. Random Human says 2 years ago I developed schizophrenia, and when I had psychosis, I did bad things. Some people won't talk to me now. I'm doing better now, and your vids help. Hey, man.
Hey, awesome, man.
You got to do what you got to do to make yourself better, to make yourself happy, and make yourself feel better. And I tell people this all the time. Some people will come to us, and it's amazingly humbling, and they'll be like, hey, you guys got me through this, or hey, I was in this bad spot. I watched your videos. Thank you all for that. And I always say the same thing. It's like, don't thank us. You felt the need to make yourself feel better, and you went out and found you were proactive, and you did whatever you had to do to make yourself feel better. So thank your fucking self. But we are honored, and we really do appreciate it.
Yeah, man. And I didn't mean like, oh, that's awesome about your condition. I mean, that's awesome that we're helping you. I didn't get a chance to. Yeah, so it's awesome that we're helping you out at all in any way. Yeah, man. And I'm glad that you're doing better, and that if we can help in any way, we're grateful. We're definitely grateful. Definitely send us a subscription to. I mean, I'm a fan of Southern Living, the magazine. We love that.
Hey,
it's great. It's wonderful articles.
I had to buy a new dryer the other day. Our dryer.
Yeah, you told me you've replaced the coils.
I fixed the fucking coils, and I felt all goddamn manly and shit. And then the next day it went out again, and then I saw
you piece of shit. I know you work at Home Improvement.
The whole thing was like fucking burnt to a crisp, like the whole wire all the way up to the wall, almost burnt the whole fucking.
Dude,
house
you're lucky.
down.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, really scary shit. So finally, I was like, "Fuck it, I can't fix it. I can't fucking fix it. Let's buy a new goddamn dryer." So we went and we bought a new fucking dryer. And
Where'd
by the
you
way,
get it from?
Lowe's.
Top loader?
No, Lowe's. The guy was fucking rude as shit, by the way.
I'm not, but everybody talks about those top loaders. I'm not a really big fan of it anyway.
No, it's cheap shit, you know?
Yeah, because the top loader, they look cool as shit. They're all fancy. They like those old Apple computers. They have like different colors that you can see through them.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, it's fucking awesome. How much did it cost? You're fucking sold in $12,000.
Oh man, they got some fucking fancy shit. They got dryers you can see through them. You can watch your fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
Dry.
Like, and it looks amazing.
Looks like a fucking phone.
It's dude, it's like you get to live. If you bought those, it's like you get to live out your fantasy and being on the Jetsons.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're like, oh yeah, just a tiny prick of your blood here in the Necronomicon, and it's yours.
Yeah,
because it's gonna cost you your whole fucking house just to buy. And by the way, the top loader dryers, from what I understand, they don't hold very much. They don't hold a big load, if you know what I mean. They don't hold a big load, so it's not really worth it.
We got literally the cheapest base fucking model they have. I'm like, it dries fucking clothes. I don't need it to fucking look sexy. I don't need to want to fuck it. I just want to put clothes in it and then make them warm. Did
you get that one where it says on the back, it says Kellogg?
I would have.
It says Kellogg cornflakes.
If there was a fucking hobo in the parking lot selling dryers for $40 and a blowjob, I'd have sucked his dick and gave him $40.
There you go. You gotta get it.
Rather than pay for a fucking new dryer. That's how
marijuana is not a drug, man. Have you ever sucked a dick for a dryer?
yeah. But no, got the new dryer. Why was I talking about it? What was that? What were we talking about?
I know you just said you got a new dryer because you said you replaced it and the coils almost. Dude, you got to be fucking careful and shit like that. You literally could have burnt your like fucking garage down.
It wasn't me. It was a faulty machine. Okay, that dryer was like 72 years old. Like I fixed it like 6 times because I'm cheap and I didn't want to buy a new dryer.
That sounds like every dude in the 21st century. Actually, the 20th century is like, it's not my fault that we got lost. Obviously, the map was written by an idiot. I was looking at the atlas, okay, and the idiot got us lost. So it's not my fault. You can shut your mouth and you don't get my French fries now.
It
sucks.
How about that? It sucks. It sucks when something stupid that you take for granted breaks and you have to fix it. You know what I mean? Like $500 goddamn dollars for the shittiest dryer you have. I'm like, can I?
Is that how much it was?
Yeah, it was the cheapest one they had. It was $516. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And I had to buy the fucking cord to plug it in. I'm like, doesn't even come with the goddamn cord.
It's such a cheapskate thing. But dude, that shit's expensive. $500 is still a lot of money to me. Yeah. It's like $500. Like, did you fucking just think I was born yesterday? I might be stupid, but I wasn't born yesterday, sir. No, how much did it cost to make? And they'd be like $300. I'm like, so I should get it at $300.
I'm like, no, honey, don't worry about it. I'll just take the clothes. I got time. I'll take the clothes and I'll just blow on them with hot breath.
Yeah, well, you can do the old ways. You can just hang them out on the line and just let the wind blow them and dry them out. Mom used to hey, it smells good, dude. I'll tell you what, the old school way of doing it on the clothesline and letting the wind hit it, Woo-wee. It beats any dryer sheet in the world. It smells like fucking nature.
Mine always
Smell like
ends up
goddamn Crocodile Dundee.
Mine ends up rigid as fuck. Like you could hit somebody with a steel chair over him if you did that. I don't know.
Dude, the ironing part is okay for me, but when I think I spray because mine shit, like, it's like cardboard when I'm done.
Oh,
I just fucking iron the shit out of it, and then when I'm done, it's like this thing is so stiff it can literally walk to work by itself. It doesn't need anybody in it.
I've not ironed a piece of clothing in like 7 years.
You know what is crazy? Mom used to when she did my laundry, she used to iron my jeans. Like, she would iron my jeans, dude, and I would go to school, and there'd be this big giant crease in my fucking jeans.
My mom used to do the same thing.
And I'm like, Mom, why are you ironing my jeans? Stop. And she's like, you don't know, honey, that's the way, that's style, okay? And that means that you've got somebody that cares about you. That's style.
Stop pleating my fucking pants. My mom would do that all the fucking time.
Mom, nobody walks around with their fucking jeans. Goddamn, I got a giant crease. I look like Big Dad. My dad get ready to fucking mow the lawn. And she's like, well, honey, one day you'll appreciate your mom working and making sure you have pressed jeans. She was, I swear, maybe they did that shit. I was like, yeah, if we lived in 1927 and I was wearing a full a zoot suit to work or to school, it might work out.
Riot. Yeah. Lucy Oldham says, how you guys doing watching from the UK? Can Jay do Slender Man for Daniel, please? And after that, then I'll go pee while you do that. And then
I got to pee soon now too.
Yeah, but you're on call, sir. Everybody want the Slender Man.
I will get that. I will come. I will do pee after.
Okay. Yeah, while you do that, I'm going to go pee, and then when we both get back, we'll go into Friday Night Fights now that we've got our counters here, because they didn't let us down like that fucker Courtney. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm totally kidding. But thank you, guys, and I'm going to go poop. I'm not really going to poop.
You taking a dump?
No.
Oh,
I'm not I would tell you.
I mean, you could text me, like, hey, man, I'm going to go number 2. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
I'll be honest.
I'll see you soon. Did you say Daniel? Was that Daniel? Sorry, I'm gonna do the Slender Man. I don't know who it was. Okay, Daniel, me hope you're doing well. Let me say also at the same time, you is named after a powerful person in history. Do you know that you is named after Daniel's son? That's right. His best friend, Mr. Miyagi, used to take care of little trees. And then one day trained him in the martial arts. That's right, Daniel. You is part of that great tradition. So hopefully one day you find your own Mr. Miyagi and you get your own adventure started. We hope you're doing well this evening. We hope you have a great morning, great afternoon. And remember, get you Subway sandwich fresh and hot. Thank you so much. But don't get a tuna sandwich, because apparently they tuna sandwich got some issue with it. Me still looking into it. Don't worry. Subway sandwich still perfectly safe over that nasty Jimmy Jones. Idiots, Jimmy Jones. They like the Joker gets Batman. Anyway, have a good one, Daniel. All right. Little Jimmy says, Little Jimmy, come on now. You can't be on here. Your name Jimmy. By the way, X Shin, you're going to like one of my picks tonight because it's got your name in it, my bro. Egg Shin. You never could beat me, Egg Shin. When I first saw your name, Egg Shin, that literally was the first line that popped into my mind, was you never could beat me, Egg Shin, from Big Trouble in Little China. So Tomo Ogato says, I never liked Jimmy John's. They only had cold sub. I never was a fan either. And it's not just because of the Slenderman thing, but honestly, it was because they're cool that they deliver, and they're freaky fast, like they say. But it's just one of those things, man. I never was a big, the cold sub stuff. And I think I tried their Italian sub. It's all right, but it's not my thing. At least if you go to Subway, they toast your shit. they toast those buns. I like that better. Zachary Bloom says, you sound like Serg from Beverly Hills Cop. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. Maybe. I don't know. The thing about the Slenderman voice is when I was a younger, well, actually I still do it. That's how I talk to my dogs. I'm like, so where you, like, it's like their voice almost in a way. It's like, so you gonna take me out for a walk tonight? Because me got to poop. If you don't take me out for a walk tonight, me gonna poop on you carpet, and then you gonna have to bend over with toilet paper and clean it up. Me don't think you won't do that. So it's, but I'm glad people get it. Yeah, but then I integrated it into a Subway thing. Um, the lasagna dinner says JT or coffee in the morning. Honestly, I probably soda. Like I don't drink coffee. I never develop a taste for it, so I don't drink it. Uh, Tea's not my thing necessarily. I like that. What is it? Green tea. Green tea is pretty good. I don't drink it often, but I mean, it's good for you, and I like it. It tastes good. But yeah, it's just soda, and that's bad for you. In the morning, I'll crack open like 2, 3 Diet Cokes. Like, fuck yeah, let's get the day going. Apollo has lifted his skirt. So yeah, it's just Diet Coke for me. I mean, it's the caffeinated beverage. Now I did try that Mio. Like, you know, dude, I was so concerned about the Mio because I was like, am I getting my actual water intake if I put the Mio flavoring in that bitch? And I went on Google to look that up. I wish I could show you my Google history, my search history. And this guy was like, yes, of course you are getting your water intake, but you know, it does provide all this extra stuff that you don't need. I was like, am I getting my water intake though? Is it bad? And it's like, yes, go ahead and take it. But it made my heart feel all weird. So I saw it because it's like a lot of vitamins and shit in that, but it's good for a hangover. But yeah, it's just Diet Coke, man. I cracked that bitch open like I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin in the middle of the ring and drain them before work. Little Jimmy says, I hate energy drinks. Me too. I never do. This one time, I was driving up to I was actually with my girlfriend. She was driving out there. She gave me like a Red Bull or some shit. I don't know what it was. It smells like Skittles when you open it up. It smells so promising. It smells like, hey, it's going to be an adventure of a lifetime. And it's going to be like, okay. Like when they open it up, when the tab breaks, you just smell just cotton candy. And I drained that fucker because I drink the sodas fast and I drained it real quick. And all of a sudden, like I felt like this immediate red alert in my butthole. And then my heart was like, hey, guess what? I'm part of your body here, and that's not good for you. And I'm just letting you know, I'm beating on your chest cavity. You're fucked. And I got all like, I had like a panic attack or something as we're driving. I'm like, maybe I think I need to pull over. I think we need to pull over so I can get some air. And it was fucking, so I don't do the energy drinks. It really scares me. Oh, Holly says, I can't drink any coffee ever since Prego. It makes me so sick just the smell. Yeah, again, that's just like me. I never was a coffee drinker. I wish I was in a lot of ways because it seems like everybody seems like they always have a relaxed, good conversation. You see them all gathered around, they're drinking their cups of coffee, and they all seem like they're very smart. You know, they're drinking they're either their McDonald's cup of coffee or their Starbucks cup of coffee or their Dunkin' Donuts, and they're like, so anyway. What I was saying was that obviously you need to paint your room beige because what it does is it represents a neutrality and you can have anything if it's going to be a boy or girl, it's easy to paint over. You know what I'm saying, Linda? I'm like, yeah, I know. But seriously, Linda, at the same time, like you're being judgy because we've already painted the room pink. So what does it matter? I'm just, and then they continue sipping. We were talking about the benefits of coffee drinking and the negative effects of coffee drinking as well. It was a good adventure.
That's funny, dude, because I just ate 2 espresso coffee.
Yeah, dude. I was saying it scares the shit out of me. I can't do it. It fucking makes my car go. All right. I'm gonna go take my pee break, and I'll be back soon.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't get those last 2 super chats. I think one of them was for you. I don't know.
Okay.
So there's 2 of them. All right.
Corjai asked if Jay had seen WandaVision. I'll bring that back up. I have not seen it, but I heard it was actually kind of disappointing. I heard that they like built up this whole big like, oh, there's gonna be a huge reveal, and then it was like, I'm just not that hyped on Marvel lately. I'm gonna watch it, but I'll ask Jay about it because I know he paid a lot more attention than I did. I do plan on finishing the season. Darren Kersey says, hey, Mike, I love the casting couch story on the Patreon live stream the other night, but I wish you'd done the Flex show for $1,000 he offered you so I could watch it on Pornhub. Is that bad of me? No, it's not bad of you, and I appreciate you wanting to watch me just jiggle around here everywhere. But, yeah, just a quick refresher for those of you who don't know. There was a guy who offered at one point for me to do a flex show on video for him personally, and he offered me like $1,000 to just like take off my shirt and just be like, yeah. And I was like, fuck no, I'm not doing that shit. But everybody, even my wife, was like, that's $1,000. You better fucking do that. Take that shirt off and squeeze them titties, dude. Wouldn't do it. But almost everyone I brought it up to is like, you should have fucking done it. I'm like, if I'd have done it, like, everybody would have hated me. I wouldn't have done it anyway, but yeah, I don't know why the fuck someone would want to see that. But anyway, hey, good on that guy. Good for him. He knows what he wants. I don't know why he wants it, but he knows what he wants. He didn't get it, but still, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Sometimes you got to take your shirt off and squeeze your titties. Will Unwind says, I've been waiting for a Double Dragon commentary review for years from you guys. Not my Patreon pick, just throwing it out there. Jay's a way bigger fan of Double Dragon than I am. I think that movie sucks butt. But Jay loves it, so there's a good chance that that will happen at some point, Will, and I love you. But yeah, talking about coffee. Let's talk about coffee. Screw said Mike Flex Holtz. That used to look a lot fucking better than it does now. COVID canceled the gym membership. Not looking good. Not looking good. As soon as I get that fucking vaccine, buddy, I'm going back to that gym, and it's gonna be just like, if you guys ever went to the gym for the first time, it's the worst goddamn thing of all time. You put the weights on, you sit back, and you're like, oh, fuck, this is hard. This is really fucking hard, and I barely got anything on. And then, like, you know, a cute girl in yoga pants walks by, and I'm not interested in that. Don't get me wrong. I'm a very taken man, but it's embarrassing. And then, like, you know, you're like, oh, no, it's okay. I just did like 27. And then, you know, there's dudes in there just fucking like on steroids and like dancing in front of the mirror showing their abs. And you're like, your guts shoved out and you're bent over trying to do some fucking squats. I got weak fucking legs. I used to have good, you know, arm strength. It's going to be so hard to go back to the gym. But I do look forward to it when all this shit's over with. Working out at home is just not the same. You know, I don't have people fucking staring at me and judging me. So I have to like finish my set. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to go eat a piece of cake. You know, working out at home is just not doing it for me. Can't wait till COVID's over so I can get back into it. I miss the gym. I really do. Put on some fucking crazy music and just think about everything that makes me mad in the world and just fucking 3:00 in the morning. And I like to go by myself too. Cause I'm very awkward. I don't like to work out around other people. I miss it. The only workouts I've been getting now is from the Oculus. I have an Oculus now, and you could do the boxing in there. Man, 2 fights in that thing, you're drenched in fucking sweat. And it helps because, you know, it helps cut out all the extra alcohol and chocolate that I eat. But going back to coffee, I have 1 cup of coffee in the morning. Jeff, my peak bench, I may have done 250 once. But to be fair, I never had a spotter. I always go by myself. I never go with anybody because I like to be in my own world, listen to music. Other dudes in the gyms are talking, fucking spotting each other, high-fiving and shit. And I like to go by myself because I like to get in an angry place, think about everything I'm pissed off about. It's what helps me get through my workouts. So I've never actually tested how much I can actually lift, but I think 250 was as high as I did. Because you don't want to, it's way scarier when you're by yourself, because if you pull down too much and you can't get it back up, it's happened to me before, and you're like, yeah. And you go from being awkward and trying to, like, you know, be cool and not, like, you know, be weird or anything, to when you're on the bridge of death, you're like, please help me with this fucking thing. And it's embarrassing. And then you tip it, and then it falls over, and it makes the biggest noise, and everybody's like, look at that fucking weak bitch. It's horrible. Gypsy War says, how about liposuction? I mean, I could go that route. I don't think I've gotten to that point yet, you fucking dick. I'm kidding. Oculus is awesome, Tawny. It is the fucking funnest thing ever. It's the funnest thing ever. Oh, 315 deadlift for Zachary. Good job. Can't do legs, man. I tore my ACMC fucking meniscus something at some point. So if I try to do too much deadlifting, I'll fucking rip my knee in half. So I'm just going to have chicken legs for the rest of my life. But there was a time there where I had a pretty good upper body going on for myself. I was feeling good. Got to get back to that. Really got to get back to that. Just walking around with fucking skinny gym legs. It's easy. You just got to wear pants all the time. I think we're all feeling the COVID squeeze, though. All of us just like, fuck it, I'm ordering B-dubs 6 times a week. I'm going to drink every night. No one cares. We're not going anywhere. Really hard to get out of that. Working on that, though. Working on that. Blood Red Sky says, yo, I'm so buff. I got you covered, girl. Yeah, P90X is a fucking crazy workout. That's a nuts one. I did that a couple times. I gave up after like 3. Thanks, Pug Jap. Appreciate that. Hey, did you watch WandaVision? Someone wanted to know about Corj. I want to know about your thoughts on WandaVision.
No, I'm gonna watch it tonight. I didn't get a chance to today. I'm still grinding in Final Fantasy VII, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to get my levels up, but I am planning on watching it. Apparently, dude, I kind of got spoiled because I guess they redesigned her costume and it looked fucking badass. Somebody posted it. Somebody posted it and I was like, dude, that looks like reminiscent of Magneto a little bit, like the Michael Fassbender Magneto with the purples and the reds, the dark crimson. I can't wait, man. I think it's fucking a phenomenal show. They did a great job. So I'm hoping that we get surprised. I don't know. Don't say anything. If Doctor Strange shows up, I'm going to be very upset if you throw one more planet at me.
All I know is that people were really disappointed with the last episode. Like they were like, the story was cool, but they built up this cameo, this crazy thing, and apparently it was.
Well, I saw people say they liked it. They just didn't like their theories didn't work out, the cameos.
Yeah. Well, I think some people love the story, but it's Marvel, dude, so no one's actually going to hate on it. I mean, for the most part. You know, if it was DC, they'd be like, the most disappointing television show in history.
Yeah. Well,
you know,
I kind of thought that because they already had Evan Peters show up, and that was a big deal. But, I don't know. Maybe they were just like, yeah, we're not going to be able to get Benedict Cumberbatch. I thought that would have been a perfect icing on the cake. But, that's everybody's got their opinions. But fuck, dude, I don't know. I had a great time. The whole fucking show is stellar, like a fucking amazing show.
Yeah. Cody said we missed the super chat. I just went as far back as YouTube will let me go, dude. I don't see it. I'm sorry about that. Email it to me. WeWatchTheMovie2@gmail.com. We'll start the next show with it. My apologies about that, man. They disappear after so long. So, our bad. But okay. All right, you want to do top 10? You want to fucking get inside of it? Can you deal with that?
Let's get it, Grasshopper. Yeah. Yeah, dude, it literally is like giving like fat kids fucking like the key to a candy shop. I'd be like, fuck yeah, go wild, go eat your Twinkies to death, you diabetic bitch.
Okay, so Friday Night Fights has begun. Test your might. Dun, 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 dun.
You know what I'm excited about? Speaking of that, I'm excited about that Mortal Kombat new theme coming out because apparently it's like fire, dude. It's dope.
They say it's fucking badass, man. So okay, let me pull this up here. We've got we're gonna go top 10 movies of all time, starting with the bottom to the top. And my number 10, I mean, it kind of gives it away right here. My number 10 was Fight Club, David Fincher's Fight Club.
Oh,
yeah, Brad Pitt, Edward Norton. What's your number 10, Jay?
That's a good one. I like that one. My number 10, and again, these were shuffled so much, but my number 10 is The Matrix.
Oh,
I had to throw in some Matrix in there. And it's weird, dude, because I was really trying to think of movies that I had seen a million times that I just watched and like groundbreaking fucking shit that I'd never seen before. And that first movie, The Matrix, I mean, it was kind of ruined by the sequels later on, but holy shitholes. No, and in the way that it ends, he's like, come on, and he flies away. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta see the sequel.
That's a great. It's one of my honorable mentions. By the way, guys, the number 10 spot's the hardest fucking one because you literally have to delete so many of your favorite fucking movies of all time, dude. When it came to number 10, I'll tell you what my runners up were. Dumb and Dumber. It was tough to leave out Dumb and Dumber. It was tough as fuck to leave out Mallrats.
Yep, that's a good one.
It was really fucking tough to leave out The Social Network as well. I love that goddamn movie. And Toy Story almost made the top 10 too, because that's my favorite kids movie of all time is Toy Story.
I left out, dude. I left out Return of the King from fucking Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah,
because I love that shit, dude. I'm obsessed with Lord of the Rings. I mean, I bought all of them, and then I bought the special extended cuts, and I was so obsessed. I literally listened to each extended cut with the commentary, with the commentary, and I do that one scene because it's so like the finale is so badass where he was like, for Frodo. And then he like goes towards like in the mountain in Mortal War. Oh my god, yeah. But and then I also left off the other one was Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah,
I think
that
that's
was
the best Die Hard movie of all time.
that's on my honorable mentions too. Was Die Hard 3 for sure. But let's do this one. We're gonna have don't vote yet. Don't vote until we say to vote. Let me pull this up real quick. If Vinny and Vanessa are ready to help us count, then let me hang on real quick. Get this in here. So guys, the way this works is if this is your first time doing Friday Night Fights. Let me do this. Don't vote yet again. Let me get this figured out before we start the voting or whatever. But, okay. When you do vote, the way this will work is when we give the call sign to vote, you're either going to vote number 1 for Fight Club, or you're going to vote number 2 for The Matrix. And the call sign is going to be, ew, gross titties. So when you hear me say "ooh, gross titties," you're either going to press number 1 for Fight Club, or you're
doing Richard Simmons,
or you're going to press number 2 for The Matrix. Now, only vote one time, and if you vote more than once, none of your votes count. If Vinny and Vanessa are ready, looks like they are.
I'm waiting on. Are they? Okay.
Vanessa says she's ready. So here we go. Ooh, gross titties. Vote now. Vote number 1 for Fight Club. Vote number 2 for The Matrix. This is good. This is tough.
I like it, man. You know, Fight Club is an amazing movie. The Matrix is an amazing movie. And again, I understand what is it? What are they now? The Wachowski sisters. I mean, it kind of like the movie kind of like deteriorated as the series went on. But that first fucking movie, dude, The Matrix 1, groundbreaking as shit. When you watched it and you left the theater, like, what if we're all plugged into a fucking machine? Like, it makes your mind go like, what the shit? And I don't know, the acting, Morpheus, fucking, oh my god, dude, it's so good. I don't know. And then even they got the good kung fu shit, and they got the slow-mo bullets. Oh my, it's like, what are you? And then he stops the bullet mid-air, and he jumps into Agent Smith, and then he goes, and then when he flexes, the whole world flexes with him. That's when you got a good pump at the gym, I guess. Yeah. Like when you flex like this and the whole world goes.
That's a fucking great one, dude. It's a great choice for sure. And remember they had that VHS. It was like all shiny and shit, looking smooth. Matrix is one of the biggest movies of our time, no doubt about it. And Keanu was badass, and I love the idea that they could just download all this cool shit and he'd be able to do it. Kind of like
he's like,
Man.
Well, that Trinity part where she was like, he's like, can you fly that? He's like, not yet. And she's like, Ajax, I need and she describes the helicopter, and she's like, okay, let's go. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I want to do that. When he woke up, he's like, I know kung fu. Then Morpheus is like, show me.
The reason I pick Fight Club as my number 10 is because Brad Pitt's fucking amazing in the movie. One of the most best Brad Pitt roles ever. And you guys know I love David Fincher. Edward Norton, one of his best roles ever. That movie's just so fucking, not only is it really fucking cool, it's just a cool place to spend a couple hours, but it's also really dark and fucked up. And it came out in a time where I was all like angsty, like teenager and shit like that. So it really like spoke to me. And I love the scene, dude, where everybody's wanted to do that. Like he walks into his office and he's like, and you know, he's got insomnia and it's like, choose the Valerian route. He's going through all this shit. His asshole Bobby's like, just the way that Edward Norton narrated that thing was just so like, so many of us feel that way. He's at his office. He's like, oh, he's wearing the blue tie today, which means he's feeling extra skippy or whatever. And then he beats the shit out of himself in the office, gets wheeled out. And then of course you've got the twist. Brad Pitt's character is so fucking wacky and cool. The burn hand scene, the friendship scene when he's like, hit me in the fucking face. And he punches him in the ear. He's like, oh, damn it. He's like, hit me in the fucking ear.
You know what's crazy about that is when he hit him in the ear, that his reaction, Brad Pitt, that was unscripted.
I believe it.
Because no, they said that was legit when he punched him in the ear and getting mad about it. Like he did it, like he didn't know he was gonna actually punch him in the fucking ear. Like and it hurt.
But you got like a friendship movie in the middle of all this movie that says all this wild shit about society and how we are about fighting. You got that one scene, dude, where Brad Pitt's like laying on the floor and he lets Lou like beat the shit out of him. He's like, come on, Lou. Just let us have it. Just one. I was like, all right, you sick fucks, you can have the place, man. That movie's just, God, I love it so much.
It made men really question their sexuality when you're seeing Brad Pitt shirtless with that sweat just dripping into his V spot to his pubes, and you're like, man, I'll tell you what, yod lick it.
He looked good.
Hey man, not to mention the fact that Fight Club, like it did that schizophrenic shit really good, like that whole fucking thing, and then the ending of that movie is fucking crazy.
It's a great twist, dude. So stop voting. It looks like everyone stopped voting there, so I'll go ahead and call a stop on the vote. We'll let.
I really wanted to put a Brad Pitt movie in my fucking list, and I didn't get around. The only other one, I really did love him. I know it's really new, so a lot of people get mad about it. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I thought he was fucking fantastical in that one, and he was really good in Inglourious Bastards, but he didn't really have a huge part in that. But
yeah. Yeah, dude, Brad Pitt, man, he's one of those actors. It's like kind of like George Clooney in a way. Like he's such a great actor, but I think sometimes he tries to do really fancy, like smart movies. And I feel like if he would just, instead of trying to do Oscar type roles, he would just do cool shit. I feel like Brad Pitt would be an even bigger star than he is.
You know, another one that I almost put in there. I didn't, because I mean it's not my top 10 like of all time. I'm just saying that'd be good to do a top 10. Hey, what we should do? We should do our favorite actors or an actor that we both agree on that we like, and do the top 10 movies of their, or whatever we can find, a top 10 filmography of them. Because one of them for Brad Pitt, I was gonna put Joe Black. Meet Joe Black. I mean, I know it's more of a sad kind of thing, and it's more of a drama.
When he gets hit
Anthony
by that
Hopkins and him,
car,
woo! I love that fucking movie.
That might be the best person hit by a car scene in movie history.
Yeah, and if I were the angel of death, I'd be making sure Brad Pitt dies too, so I can inhabit his body. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Well, you know what I thought too doing this list, dude, and I came close, and this is maybe a little bit of spoiler for the rest of the list. I don't have an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie in my top 10, which makes me fucking insane.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't leave the school without having one.
I imagine what yours is, and I wanted to put that there. And as far as I'm thinking about T2, like and this is good. This is our favorite. This is our personal top 10s. It's not what we think are the 10 best movies in history. If I did my 10 best movies in history, there's no doubt T2 would be in it. But for me, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh fuck, there's Commando, there's T2, there's all these movies with Arnold, and
Conan the Barbarian, Twins.
I really wanted to get one of them in there, man, and T2 would have been the one just because it's just such a perfect.
And Mike, how
film.
I picked that one? I might have picked Kindergarten Cop.
I'm just assuming Kindergarten Cop. I wouldn't have hated that. It sucks making this fucking list because you have to like just abandon so many movies you fucking love.
Holy shit!
What?
Also, Vinny sends an amazing fucking gift with it. He says Neo dodges a close bullet. I don't have the official count yet. I just have the GIF, and it shows that cool scene where he's fucking doing the slow-mo shit. So I guess we'll get the official count in the second.
In the meantime, William Long, thank you, buddy, for the super chat. Really appreciate that. It says, hey, Mike and Jay, I love the content and both of you all. I enjoyed WandaVision all right, but we're under a year from the Batman, and that's the most hyped I am for anything right now. What do you guys want to see from this new trilogy?
From the new Batman trilogy?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be really hard for them. I mean, Robert Pattinson's. I think he's gonna kick ass, man. I think he's gonna be really, really good. Matt Reeves, they understand, like they get it. They know the character they wanted, and they know what they're gonna go for. I want to see. They're already doing it right now, really. I mean, I want to see a violent, more like kind of unhinged Batman, like that's pushed to the fucking edge, a little bit. And they already kind of show that in the trailer. I also want to see the detective side, which they also are showcasing. So if they continue that route, I think it's going to be fucking amazing. And that's what I want out of the Batman movies, or the trilogy anyway.
Yeah, I would just like to see something completely different, just something new for the first time and something really good. It seems like they're going that way, by the way. It seems fucking emo and goth as shit, and I'm fine with that. I don't need my Batman to feel like 89 Batman. I don't need it to feel like Zack Snyder's Batman. I would like a new version, something different. I think that's where we get wrong when we get pissed at these movies. Like, we want the same thing that came before. I want something new. I want something fucked up and weird about Batman, for sure.
So we do have the official count in. Thank you, Vanessa, for sending it. There is no spoon. Yeah. So Fight Club is going to set pretty, and they're going to continue fighting at their club with 52 points. But the Matrix is going to get out of the Matrix and rule the cities at 56.
Whoa!
Very close.
Close vote.
Very close.
Close vote. So Jay wins round one. Round one goes to Yusa. Yusa. By the way, the chat's going crazy.
I did, I just followed the White Rabbit. That's all I did.
The chat's going crazy right now on the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing, and you guys are absolutely fucking right. True Lies is fucking amazing. Predator is fucking amazing. It sucks so much to make this list, you guys, because Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of my favorite actors of all time. Top 3, no doubt about it. To not have a Schwarzenegger in my top 10 really fucking hurts me.
Yeah. I can't believe you, Mike. So much for an interview with Arnie one day, you son of a bitch.
I think he'll be okay. I don't think he'll mind. He'll never come here anyways.
He'll be like, well, hey, were you happy with my politics, bitch, in California?
Trust me, we're safe. He's never coming. Okay, so number 9. Moving on to number 9, Jay wins round 1. My number 9 is going to be, and I fully expect, by the way, I just want you to know, I fully expect to lose. I have a lot of kind of random fucking movies in mind. I will not be butthurt.
That's a defeatist attitude. I don't want to hear that shit until the tournament's over.
It's just the truth. My number 9 of all time is SLC Punk. Matthew
What's your number 9 of all time?
Of all time, man. That movie, we'll get into why when we talk about it, but what's your number 9?
Well, yeah, this was a hard one too, man. SLC Punk is good though. I do like that one a lot. I picked Big Trouble Little China.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah,
you know what? And it's funny because well, here's a spoiler for my own. I don't have Halloween in my list.
Well, no,
but I have John Carpenter. So John Carpenter movie is in my list. No, Big Trouble Little China is in here. And various reasons.
I should go out of my way to say, by the way, we both purposefully left Halloween off of our top 10s because we didn't want to run into a Halloween versus Halloween scenario. We knew that's what people would say anyway. Oh, it's just going to be Halloween versus Halloween. So we left Halloween off completely. We did not include it in either of our lists just for the sake of new, fresh ideas and stuff to talk about. But yeah, you're going to beat the shit out of me on this one.
When he looks you crooked in the eye, you just remember what old Jack Burton says. Have you paid your dues? Yes, sir. The check is in the mail. The Pork Chop Express has talked again. Woo-wee. I love that.
Hey, what's the call sign?
Jesus Christ. What?
What's the call sign going to be for this one?
The call sign is going to be like this. You never could beat me, action.
All right. So when Jay says that, you're going to vote number 1 for SLC Punk, or you're going to vote number 2 for Big Trouble in Little China. Jay!
You never could beat me, action. It's all in the reflexes. Woo-wee. But yeah,
vote
dude,
now.
Look, the movie itself, it was such a big part of my life when I was a kid. I watched it over and over again. I thought it was fucking one of the best movies I've ever seen. By the way, one of the first, in my opinion, on-screen representations of Raiden, because one of the storms had the lightning shit, and it would come out of his fucking. And I was like, God damn, that's Raiden. And he was even wearing the same hat. Jack Burton, Kurt Russell, a badass. You gotta have that. And you throw him into a world where it's like supernatural stuff going on and all this crazy stuff. And he's on the phone with his insurance agent because they lost his truck in an alleyway. And he's like, I pay them 6 G's a year, lady. And he was like, China is here, Mr. Button. He's like, what the hell does that mean? China is here. I don't even know what the hell that means. All I know is this Lopan character shows up out of thin air. His friends are flying all around, chopping people up, and then he stands there waiting for me to run my truck through him with light coming out of his mouth. Dude, he was the first guy that I ever saw when I was a kid. I was like, holy shit, that's what an anti-hero is. He doesn't want the journey thrust on him, but he has to go through it, and he has to deal with all this crazy shit. And I always remember watching that one scene when they were doing he was nothing to double. Nothing to double. I can slice this bottle in half. And he was like, it's double or nothing, but go ahead if you want to lose your money. And he does it. He catches, like, it's all in the reflexes. But when he gets mad, he's like, Jesus Christ, Wang, it's only a game. I feel like that's how me and Mike talk to each other. Like when we get mad about something, it's like, it's only a game. Like, Jack Burton's the everyday man, dude. He's the same as Bruce Campbell in Evil Dead. He's the everyday guy.
By the way, throw the damn towel. Throw the damn towel. You guys don't have to count this one. It's over. It's a goddamn blowout of epic proportions. Jay wins again with Big Trouble in Little China over top of SLC Punk. But I do have to say why, at least. SLC. Show.
Show. I don't know. I couldn't get the zoom in right. And
I fully expected SLC Punk to lose for sure. But I will say this, that SLC Punk, Matthew Lillard, for those of you guys who are Scream fans, if you haven't seen that movie, definitely you want to fucking seek it out. It's a movie about it's a movie about not fucking obviously not feeling accepted, being a fucking crazy person and feeling like the rest of the world around you is crazy. It's a wild fuck. It's like the really truly punk rock version of Can't Hardly Wait. You've got all these different crews of people in the middle of Salt Lake City, a very Mormon Christian, like over the top religious town, and these dudes just trying to find their way through fucking life. But it's also peppered with absolute fucking hilarious moments. Devin Sawa's in the movie. He trips out acid and tries to kill his mom. And the ending performance of that movie, Matthew Lillard, when he finds this, well, I won't spoil it for you guys, but the ending performance with Heroin Bob and Matthew Lillard, man, that was an Oscar-worthy fucking performance by Matthew Lillard, and not enough people have seen it. Not just that, but it's fucking hilarious. They have this friend Mark, who's just this weird, I think he's German dude, who's like,
oh yeah, that guy's funny as fuck.
Yeah, everybody has that friend. They go over his house and he's rich, and he like just tries to. All he does is show off his shit, and he's like, "This is a laser disc. There's a movie on there." And he's like, he goes to the shower. He's like, "It has 7 different settings, all of which I will gladly show you now." It's hilarious movie. It's funny as fuck. It's heartfelt as fuck, and it's just got a lot to say about the world. SLC Punk is one of the I connect with it on like such a personal level so much from growing up and being the angsty teen that I was, that's why it's so important to me. But it's a great movie.
It really gets you into the Ramones.
Well,
but yeah, dude, it's a good movie. Like a lot of people pick that as Matt Lillard's best role. Honestly, dude, I liked him in that movie. I always picked him in 13 Ghosts. I think that's such an unheralded performance. But SLC Punk is fun. I don't think I had actually watched that movie. Actually watched it all the way through until a couple of years ago when we did the review for it.
Yeah,
it's a good movie though. It's a good movie. But yeah, man, like, you know what it is? In another, if it had been another number 9, he might have lost. But it's just about Jack Burke. Dude, he looks like he smells like good steak, and like, and he looks like he smells like Budweiser.
But he's gonna get guy to have a beer with.
And he's gonna get the job done. All right, and he drives the pork chop. He's just a truck driver. And it's all this crazy shit going on. But he's gonna get the job done, and then you're gonna have a nice steak dinner, and then he's gonna go on his own way. I feel like John Carpenter was really going for the man with no name kind of attitude in that movie, like the Clint Eastwood kind of thing, and he did a really good job. And I also like Wang a lot too.
Oh yeah, dude, Wang was fucking great. That's a great fucking choice, man. I enjoy that choice. So we don't have to vote on that one. We stopped the count on that one. So Jay wins that one. He is you 2-0, motherfucker. You 2-0.
Well, it's a good thing that I went to FanDuel this evening and bet on the baseball game.
I like your take on boobies. Let's see. Whoa, my fucking mouse is gone. Oh, internet's being fucking crazy again. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, so
you want to go with my number 8, or you want to go with your number 8?
I'll say mine first because I'm on that side of the screen. So my number 8 is another again. This is another fucking. It's kind of in the same vein as SLC Punk. I figured to lose, but I'm just being honest about my favorite movies of all time. Empire Records is my number 8 favorite.
That's a good one though. I like that one. That's sexy.
I fucking love it. I really do.
My number 8, I'm sure it's on your list, and I know a lot of people are like, "Do you work for communist Russia, you son of a bitch? Why is it so low?" Rocky 4 is my number 8.
Man, that's
Rocky 4 is my 8. Look, Rocky was a great story. Rocky 2 was an amazing story, even a better story, I think. Rocky 3 was okay. Didn't mind Clubber Lang. It just didn't really feel like a good Rocky movie. When Rocky 4 came out, not only did it have one of the best soundtracks of the entire fucking series ever, okay? Ever. He was training in fucking snow, calling out Drago on Mount Satalin, or wherever he was. It also had fucking
hang on, let them start voting before we start talking about them. That way we can, because I feel like it's gonna be a fucking blowout anyways. So go ahead, start voting now. Vote number 1 for Empire Records. Vote number 2 for Rocky 4. Go ahead and be getting your votes. And sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I mean, you got Drago in it. You got fucking it was Ivan Drago was great. One of the best villains of Rocky, period. I think he might be the best villain of all time. He kills fucking Apollo, for God's sake. He takes down Rocky for a minute, and then Rocky knows he's unstoppable. He's a menace that can't be stopped. it's got like, again, the soundtracks, it literally is laced with you getting over your own shit. Like, you are responsible for your own destiny kind of movie. And that is what it, like, literally the spirit of that movie is that. It's like you have an impossible task in front of you. You can't do it, but you got to dig deep and find a way to do it. And he does it. And it's amazing. And actually the message at the end of that movie is some of the best shit even now. Even now it applies, where it was like, if we can get along, then we all could get along. And then you also have the famous "Happy Birthday, Polly," which is good too. But yeah, man, it's the best Rocky movie of all time. I mean, not only does it have great scenes and great character development and great friendship moments, it also has the best soundtrack ever of a Rocky movie. Every fucking hit
does have the best Rocky soundtrack. Yeah, dude, I do represent Rocky in my list at some point. I won't give in to what that is, but yeah, dude, no fucking arguments for me. Okay, you got no fucking arguments.
You
for
like
me.
the lasagna?
Gazzo says I gotta break your thumbs. My favorite part of Rocky 4, by the way, my favorite part, bar none, the entire movie. He's standing at the bottom of the steps, and Adrian's just fucking yell at him, and he's fucking, his friend just fucking died. He's already had the train ride where he's had the montage and all that shit. And she's like, what are you doing? You got kids. You're going to fucking all this stuff. And then all of a sudden she's like, you can't win. And like his downtrodden face.
Yeah.
Dude, I get chill bumps just fucking talking about it right now.
I know,
like,
man.
With his he's all sad. Like he feels like he's lost. He can't do anything, but he's going to do this anyways. When Adrian says you can't win from the bottom of that fucking staircase, when Sylvester Stallone, when Rocky looks up, his eyes just go fucking like straight to her. And like that, like unleashed something inside of him. Just somebody telling him he couldn't do something that meant the world to him. Fucking just unleashed hell. And that was maybe one of my favorite movie moments.
Because we've all been there. I think that's what Rocky is. He's the most relatable character that you really, I mean, any person can, regardless of gender, color, national, where you're from or your religion, you can identify with that guy, because why you root for him is he's the underdog, and you root for the underdog in the story. And at that point, after all the battles that he had fought in the ring up to that point and doing the impossible, his own wife, the biggest supporter of his entire world, says you can't do it. And that either almost crushed him, but he had that fucking get up, Rock, God damn it, because Mickey loves you. Had that fucking heart inside of him. And that was it, man. That it's such a human story. And it really is. I think it's overlooked a lot of the times, because Rocky did win an Academy Award, rightfully so. Right. Rocky 2 is great. Rocky 3, whatever. But Rocky 4, I feel like it's always overlooked. But it's such a great movie.
And I will also, in the vein of Rocky 4, I will go ahead and say, throw in the dead towel. Once again, no need to count Vanessa. No need to count Vinny. I'm sorry, I know you guys were halfway through counting that, but just looking at it, it's obvious. And I don't blame a single person in here. Rocky 4 is going to win this one. But real quick, let me just explain why I love Empire Records. And honestly, it's tough, dude. This is why it's so fucking hard.
It's about a record store.
If you asked me which you would pick between Rocky 4 and Empire Records, I would sit here for hours and try to decide. But the reason Empire Records made mine is, dude, that is one of the most, like, there's just something about that fucking movie, dude. The soundtrack, the cast, it's a great movie. There is no, like, there's other teen movies, there's other 90s movies, there's other feel-good fucking comedies from that time. There's something about that particular movie that just captures something. And I'm not even sure what it is, but they all work at this record store. They all have their own personal relationships with each other. They're all going through shit. Empire Records just weirdly captures what it's like to be in like your 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, not knowing what you're going to do with your life, the teen angst that comes around with that. But most importantly, it's like one of the funnest fucking movies of all time. You got fucking Rex Manning, you got Warren, you got all of it, the love story between Liv Tyler and AJ. It's just, it's hard for me to even explain. I listen to the soundtrack probably twice a week. Sugar high, wanna have it, sugar high. Like I love that. It puts me in the happiest fucking mood ever. That movie.
It really was one of those movies that, like, we all felt like we could have worked at the record store. Like, if we were, at the time when it came out, you're like, I wish I could have worked at the record store and had this Australian asshole come in, which, by the way, was in Grease 2. The main dude in Grease 2 is the fucking asshole.
Fade away.
I want a cool rider. But anyway,
Oh,
you know,
Rexy,
I
you're
gotta
so
throw it out because Vanessa's
sexy.
in it. They counted anyway.
Okay.
22 for Empire Records, 76 for Rocky 4.
Hey, I'm psyched about the 22 votes
So
for
there
Empire
was some
Records.
people liking Empire,
Yeah,
so it's all good.
psyched about that. Hey, I even got the fucking tattoo. I never get to show this, so bear with me here because no one can ever see it. But can you see that? Can you even see it?
I don't know. It looks like the alien is eating pizza, but in secret. But it also looks like it's trying to hold something in.
Yeah, it's damn. It says, "Damn the man, save the empire."
I know, but the way that the shadow is falling over half its face, it looks like he's trying to compete with Alec Baldwin for his job in the shadow.
It does. Yeah, that's like a $60 tattoo too, but I love it. I love it. So
Oh yeah,
much.
It's a nice tattoo.
No man.
You want to see this one?
Yeah, show me what you got.
It's invisible ink, but it's got like Big Trouble in Little China quotes on it. It's amazing. It's all in Chinese Asian like language, like secret Asians.
That's that hot
language.
shit. That's that new. Those invisible
You
tattoos.
should see the back of my back because it's all Raiden.
All right, so Jay is fucking 3-0. You're 3-0, you piece of shit. I hope you fucking die. And
this is how Mike treats his opponents. He's really a real life Clubber Lang. I had no, you know what? Actually, Mike's like acting like fucking Soda Pop Kaczynski from fucking Punch Out. I'm Little Mac. I had no idea that I was gonna be this far into the tournament.
I'm kidding, by the way, just so you guys know.
No, I know.
I know you all know. All right, my number 7 though. I thought I might have you on this one, dude. I think I got.
What do you have?
I think I got a crowd favorite here.
Show me your dick.
I got The Godfather Part 2.
Dude, I wanted it so bad in my list. I really did. I mean, you can't not have a top 10 list without putting The Godfather there. But I had to go with my hearts and farts. My number 7, by the way, after this, I really got to pee.
Okay. Well, after this count?
Yeah. My number 7, and again, it's not the best of the trilogy, okay? It's not. But I liked it because of the companionship. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade with Sean Connery and Harrison Ford. If you're gonna ask me my favorite Indiana Jones movie, it's gonna be Last Crusade, then Raiders of the Lost Ark, then Temple of Doom, and then that piece of shit Glass Skull one they did with aliens. But yeah, man, that's it.
Okay. Well, if you want to go ahead and pee while they're voting, that's cool. I'll go ahead and start the vote now, guys. Go ahead and vote. Vote number 1 for The Godfather Part 2. Vote number 2 for Indiana Jones.
Well, I gotta give a call sign for it.
Oh yeah, what's the call sign?
I think the call sign will be like this. I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne. Let the trees and the rocks and the boats and the skies be my armies.
That's pretty fucking good, dude. I'll be honest with you. I can't even tell the movies apart anymore. It's been so long since I've watched them all.
Well,
I remember the Temple of Doom was my favorite, though.
The one where he like carves the heart out. Like I like
where he has to drink the drink.
Yeah,
and
pick the right Short Round was in it. Yeah, that was a good one. Last Crusade always won for me just because, again, Sean Connery was so fucking great in that movie as his dad. And the fact that he's like, I don't call me Junior. And I have that real thing with my real dad because my dad's literally his exact name and he called me Junior. It was the same fucking thing. You get mad about it. And he was like, Markish, you didn't bring Paul Markish in this, did you? And he was like, yes, Dad, I did. And then there's one part I always liked when they're driving back from Berlin after they watch these assholes burn fucking books and shit. And he's like, Mom didn't even understand this. Jesus Christ. And then Sean Connery slaps him. He's like, that's for blasphemy. Oh, yes, she did. The dynamic was so fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
It was so good. And Harrison, like, and it was supposed to be, if they had gone out with that swan song, it was perfect. Everything about that movie was perfect. And then you get to the Holy Cross or to the actual Holy Grail or the Grail itself that can grant eternal life. And then there's that one part when he's trying to reach for it. And dude, this part always made me cry. Even as a kid, when he was like, Indiana, let it go. Because he's like, Dad, I could almost reach it. Dad, I could reach it. Because he's trying to get that fucking cup that held, Jesus's blood. Yeah. And he's like, let it go. Let it die. Let it be buried. There's more important things. That movie is so fucking well done. I don't know. But I gotta go pee. But I'll let you talk about your thing, and I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah. While they count, Godfather 2 is like the hard part about picking The Godfather Part 2 is is it the best Godfather movie? I think it's the best Godfather movie because it has the most in it. Like Godfather 3 kind of sucks, but it's really between Godfather 1 and Godfather 2. And it's really my representation of mafia films. Could have gone Goodfellas very easily. Wanted to go Goodfellas. It's a great fucking movie. The Departed is a movie that I rewatch maybe more than any other movie in history. But The Godfather 2, it's such a fucking epic. Like, I can't think. I know you got the fucking Lord of the Rings. You got all this crazy shit. I can't think of a more epic, fucking detailed, goddamn thick themes running through a film and characters growing into their arcs than I can The Godfather 2. Robert De Niro, Al fucking Pacino, that entire goddamn movie, man, is just it is just the most epic scope of storytelling in the history of movies that I can think of. The Godfather 2 is just, it sits on its own goddamn ledge. And it's not number one. It's not my favorite of all time, but The Godfather 2 just has so much deep entwined story in it. So much crazy shit. You get to see Vito Corleone's origin story, and then they jump back to the future. And then you got the whole thing with Al Pacino's Michael's storyline with his wife getting blown up in the car. It's so fucking deep, man. It's like, if it was a book, you would think it'd be this goddamn thick. It's just, I've never seen a movie with such thick goddamn story in it. That also happens to be about the mafia. That happens to be so goddamn entertaining and just has all the DNA of the machismo of the Sopranos and all that shit in it, but also has this old time classic feel to it. It's fucking Citizen Kane meets the goddamn Sopranos meets the fucking Sound of Music. It is everything a movie could possibly fucking be. The Godfather 2. Not only is it classic, it's entertaining, it's violent, it's serious, it's smart. It's just fucking everything. If you look at me, if I went to the aliens and they're like, "What's a fucking movie?" I'd be like, "Here's The Godfather 2. This is what we offer you." So, and again, this is our personal favorites, but just talking about movies over time, cinema as a whole, I feel like The Godfather 2 just encompasses the smartness, the deepness, the richness, the entertaining parts of it. Encompasses cinema as a whole in one fucking movie. And I keep doing this because it's like an Oreo is the typical movie, and The Godfather 2 is like the mega stuff, fuck you Oreo of all goddamn movies. You could tell me, "Hey, you fucking asshole, it's the greatest movie of all time," and I'd be like, "Yes, it is." I wouldn't argue with you a bit. That's why that's my pick. But go ahead and stop voting. You probably did already anyways, but that is my argument for The Godfather 2. And I'll let you guys vote. I didn't even see who was voting what on that one. Maurice the Beast Vlogs says, "I'm about to check out the Canyonlands. I heard a bit about that in my email and whatnot. Makes me happy as a native. Check out the trailer for it and let us know what you think. Funky butt loving." I think I did see the trailer for that. I think I was pretty impressed with it. I might have to check that out. I watched, apart from Sun coming out today, I watched a movie called Boss Level, Frank Grillo, Mel Gibson. I'm about halfway through it and really fucking entertained. The action does not feel like a directed DVD film or VOD film. The action is top notch. Really fucking cool, especially if you're into video games and like wild ass action movies. You're going to want to check that one out. But what else? What's going on here? I think I'm super late in the chat. Gypsy Warrior says, "Sean Connery delivered my grandmother's milk in Edinburgh before becoming cracking Hollywood. His nickname was Big Tam the Milkman. R.I.P. Led." That's fucking wild, dude. Sean Connery delivered his grandmother's milk in Edinburgh. Holy shit. That's the coolest story I've ever fucking heard of all time. Oh my God. That's wild, dude. That's wild. J800 model, ha ha ha. It's wild. It says, "Hey dudes, you both making this bullshit pandemic a bit more bearable. Could we get an intense close-up showdown between y'all using any means at your disposal? First one that breaks into laughter loses fight." Bet. We'll do that after my break too. That's a great idea, dude. We will do that. First one to break laughter loses. Maybe I drank too much tonight. I keep stumbling over my words. Kool-Aid Unleashed says, "I can't put together a full top 10, but my top 5 for sure are No Country for Old Men, First Blood, Escape from New York, Predator, Dark Knight." Can't argue with that. That's a great
Holy
fucking
shit,
list.
that's a great list. I just came on the
Strong.
back end of that, and that smells good.
That's a strong list.
You ate a Glade stick because it smells good, your fart.
Yeah,
I like
man.
it a lot.
All right, so we've stopped voting. They're counting it up. I'll let you announce it. When I get back, though, don't let me forget, Jay. J800 model, ha ha ha. wants to see a close up showdown between me and you two, where the first one who breaks into laughter loses the fight.
Oh, well, we got the vote in. You just want to? I'll just announce
Okay.
it real quick.
Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
Uh,
I need
by
this
the way,
one.
Vanessa sent a really good gift. You have chosen wisely.
God,
46 for Godfather, 71 for Indiana
you
Jones
know
and the
what?
Last Crusade.
Fuck all of you.
By the way, I was gonna
That
tell you,
was
dude.
my one that should have won.
Hey man, that is. I was gonna tell you, like, this is nothing against. I'm not saying anything, but dude, like the other day, uh, I caught Big Dad. You know, my dad. He's like 80 something years old. He was watching. Dude, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and he was watching Godfather on like TBS or something. And he stays up and he watches it every time it comes on TV. Godfather Part 2. And he's like, yeah, he just made a deal with that Jew. Like, I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, that part where he makes that. I don't know, I can't remember that particular character's name, but I was like, holy shit, that, yeah, like in our house, dude. My dad always thought he was part of the Godfather. He wore these white suits with this little rose and shit. So the Godfather is like a huge fucking movie, dude. Like, it's been a part of our childhood forever because my dad used to play it all the time for us.
Well,
So,
the first time I watched all three Godfathers was at your all's house. I'd never seen any of them before, and me and Cody sat up in that room and we
yeah.
watched all three Godfathers back to back to back for the first time for like 10 hours straight, and we were like 16 or something.
Yeah.
Good memories, good memories. But all right, I'll be right back.
Okay. I can't. I'm glad that, speaking of Indiana Jones, did you know that George Lucas named the main character? I'm sure a lot of you cinematic aficionados would know this. He named Indiana after his dog. His dog's name was Indiana, so he just, like, the main character's name is going to be Indiana. I love the fucking movie, dude. And again, the Raiders of the Lost Ark was so good, well done, amazing movie. Temple of Doom, I feel like they slowed down a little bit. They introduced short round, which I did like a lot. I love Data from the Goonies. I thought he was great, but it just didn't feel like, it didn't feel as epic as Raiders did. And when they came out with the Last Crusade, they add Sean Connery into that sexy pile. Yeah, we're feeling good tonight. We're feeling good tonight. I always remember, one of the main things I always remember is I played the NES version, the Nintendo version of this game, Last Crusade. I used to rent it all the time, played the shit out of it. And then in the movie, I also remember the Grail. I always wanted something like that. Like when I was a kid, I used to write bullshit scribbles down in a little notebook and, like, try to fold it up and make it all like like what his dad, the journal that Sean Connery had been keeping the entire time. I wanted something like that. I don't know. So fucking good, man. And the music, come on. Dude, one of the most instantly recognizable musics ever. Dude, John Williams is a god amongst the earths. He really is. But anyway, I might be a little behind on the chat. I do have a little delay. But yeah, I'm glad that there's so many sexy people out here that loves little indie. They like to be whipped with that whip on the butt. Some good sexy stuff there. I like it. Also, do you remember that scene when they're driving towards the Grail location, and then the Nazi commander and Indiana Jones gets into it, and Indiana starts slamming that motherfucker's face down into the tank? And I'm like, God damn, he should have no more teeth left. And then he looks over, and then the edge is coming, and then he's like, oh, and then the camera, and he, like, jumps off the edge of the tank right before it goes over the edge. And then Sean Connery, that's another good touching moment. He's like, I just never had the time, Marcus. I never told him. There was so much I wanted to tell him. I thought I'd lost you, boy. I thought I'd lost you. I know it's a terrible Sean Connery, but yeah, dude, Sean Connery just added so much, like, depth to that movie, and so much like, there was just they were so they bounced off each other so well. Him and Harrison Ford, they really did. It's my favorite and the Coronado's Cross at the very beginning. You get a little taste of young Indiana, and then my favorite, one of my favorite scenes in that movie is when that guy gives him his hat. He's like, and we all should live by that today, shouldn't we? You lost today, kid, but that doesn't mean you have to like it. What's it? Hold on. You lost today, kid, but that doesn't mean you have to like it. And then that music, bum ba dum dum, dum dum. I don't know. Like, I'm not that ruggedly handsome, but that dude, man, that was so good. Matt Hatter, girl says she still hasn't seen Carlito's Way. That's a good movie. You should check that out for sure when you get sometimes. I don't, and I'll be honest. I know it's spoiling a little bit. I don't have any fucking I have zero gangster movies on my list. I should have. I no. Well, I wanted to put them on there, but then I was like, well, but I just didn't watch them as much. But the Godfather Part Two is so good. Goodfellas is amazing as well. Uh, I there's a lot that I didn't put in, but man, I don't know. Maybe six will be a closer tie or closer race because I had to double back and change some stuff on my number six. Well, my number six originally was going to be Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and then I changed it. Hold on, guys. I know you guys are talking, and I'm not trying to be rude. If you guys are asking questions or anything like that, I literally my chat is all fucked. Kev says, "Jay ever watch Casino?" I did. Amazing performance by Joe Pesci. I never liked the fact that Joe Pesci had one up on Robert De Niro. Like I always felt like that was kind of a mismatch because I mean, it's goddamn Robert De Niro, but I liked it. The movie was amazing. Gypsy Warrior, thank you so much. Says, have you ever seen the show Boardwalk Empire? Yes, I have. I just got done watching that a few months ago. It's amazing. It's a great film or a great show. It's one of the better ones out there. It just takes a little while to get going. It's not as good as The Sopranos, which my brother tried to convince me that it was way better than The Sopranos. It's not that good. It takes about I would say toward the end of the first season, the beginning of the second season to really get in it, like to get like the happenings going on. Steve Buscemi was great though; he was awesome, and I never would have thought that shit either. Like Steve Buscemi, the guy that puts lipstick on his face, and Billy Madison, he was like, "I'm gonna mark you off the list." Like, I'm not gonna. I didn't think that guy would be like a badass like he was, but Blu-ray Addict says Lost Boys has a great soundtrack. Yes, man, and Lost Boys was it almost made it. It almost made it. Glenn Harris says the Shawshank Redemption has to be on the list, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil that for you because you're a sexy beast. It's not. I honestly, until just now, you pointed out my mistake. I didn't even have it on the list.
That's a
Andy
great
Dufresne.
one, though.
I know. God, you know, there's three prison movies that I think of when I think of really good prison movies. It's that one, Escape from Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood, and The Castle with Robert Redford and James Gandolfini.
Yeah.
Those are the three movies that come to mind. But yeah, dude, god damn, we're stupid. That was a good one.
That's a great one. That could have made the list easily. I wouldn't have faulted anybody for it. That's an all-time great. I could watch that. I need to watch Shawshank Redemption again soon because it's been too long.
He climbed through who knows amount of shit. Dude, that part. Oh my god.
All right, for J800 model, ha ha ha. He wants to see us do an intense close-up showdown using any means at our disposal. I'm too drunk. It's the first one that breaks into laughter loses.
So we can make faces, or we just have to stare.
Just take turns. No, we can make faces.
So we're taking turns, or are we doing it? Okay,
well, let's take turns, and then the first one who laughs loses. Do you want to go first?
No, I mean I don't care. I mean you can, or
I'll go first.
Okay. No, I didn't laugh. That was after. That was like, you tricky bastard. All right. I'm already laughing because I'm looking at the the thing. All right, hold on. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Mm. Ha! 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 Ah!
Go ahead, stop. You've had too much time.
Yeah, I did. I cheated. I went way over the limit.
Okay.
You know what? I swear, what'd be better is if we did that like live, like face to face, and we had water in our mouth, and the first one that spits at the other person's fucking mouth or face. I mean, not the mouth. Like,
okay. All right. Hey, good. Yeah, dude. Нет. Good. Second. Bit. Okay. Bit. Good. Bill.
No, dude. It's like you sound like an angry Chinese man that I was asking if they could teach me karate. You're like, what's that? What?
All right, you do one more anyway, even though you laughed.
All right. Ah! I fucking snorted, dude. I was making myself look. I knew how dumb it looked. So.
That's fucking fun. I think we both lost.
Somebody's gonna fucking gift this, and that's the worst thing ever because it's gonna be on the internet forever.
That was so fun. No. Oh shit. Okay.
By the way, that was like legit what we used to do when we were kids, and like there was actually we probably did that like a couple of months ago. It was me, Mike, and my brother. We make this dumb. He's like, "Hey, make the ugliest face you can make without like spitting out your fucking coke."
Oh, dude, yeah, that when we were kids, we would sit in each other's room and like literally had to make the other person laugh, and if they lost, like we would do that shit all the time. JT Custom said Mike's face is sweaty.
Is your face sweaty?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe I just oily skin. Sean Fleck says, do you guys think Jeepers Creepers will ever be free of Victor Salva, and will the franchise ever get the sequels or reboots it deserves?
Yep.
I think that they're trying to. They apparently the first movie is so goddamn good that they're planning a whole trilogy around it. So I hope so, because the story, the character, the things it could be, it'd be really nice to be like, hey, these future movies are fucking so good that they can say fuck that guy and fuck what he did. We took what you did, you piece of shit, and we made something cooler with it. I'd like to see that. I really would.
By the way, I want to respond. Tawny B says weird porno noses. That's how we get the win. You got to throw in some sound.
Yeah,
if you're just going, I mean, or you're just going. Like people are like, oh well, they might be having a fucking seizure. Like you gotta go like, but yeah, dude, yeah, Victor Salva is a piece of shit. We all know that. We've talked about that in length before. That video, hopefully we'll get it back one day that we discussed that. Victor Salva not being a part of the project is the best thing ever for Jeepers Creepers, because I feel like Jeepers Creepers is one of the last entries into the overall echelon of great horror icons that we never really got to see fully fleshed out because of Victor Salva's nastiness. Yeah. So hopefully if he's removed, then everybody can be like, you know, we can get some good shit going. So
yeah, agreed. Kool-Aid Unleashed says also my buddy Adrian Caldwell would like to shout out from Slenderman. So Slenderman shout out for Adrian.
Adrian?
Yeah.
Me never met nobody the name Adrian before, except me one time was watching a movie about Orochi, and him wife was named Adrian. So now me time to shine. So if me won the belt, me be like bouncing around like this, and this sweat pouring off my face, and maybe it's swollen a little bit. Me like, hey, yo, Adrian, me did it. You see what me did there, Adrian? Hey, yo, Adrian, me did it. It's from that movie, Rocky. So, you know, hopefully you have a good day as well. And You watch Rocky, you've never seen it before. I don't like it when Rocky wife Adrian have no faith in him and like in Rocky foe. She's like, you can't do it, Rick. And Rocky say, oh, Adrian never lie. Let me get in the Corvette and drive around with soundtrack no other way out. And
Also,
win the fight. Close.
Gypsy Warrior also asked for a Slender Man zoom in, and you just say, got milk.
What?
Like Slender Man zooms in and he says, got milk.
Oh. Got milk? Me don't think you do.
Okay. All right. So moving on. Right now, guys,
He's on 6.
I'm losing 1, 2, 3, 4. Jay is 4-0. If he gets this one, the best I can hope for is a fucking tie. So, you piece of shit. You piece of shit!
Yeah.
Yes. So, my number 6 is going to be Bloodsport. Blood.
Ooh, you fuck.
Sport.
God damn. Well, I'm not. God damn, dude. Well,
yes.
you know, I can't spoil it, but you're a fuck stick. Because it's deep in my list, but okay. My number 6 is Tombstone.
Oh, god damn it. I fucking forgot about Tombstone. That's a good one.
Because bunch of cowards. Don't any of you have the courage to play for blood? I'm your Huckleberry. Woo!
All right.
Maybe Val Kilmer's best performance ever.
All right, so when you guys see this face, then that's when you start voting. When you see the face that I'm going to show you, you're going to vote number 1 for Bloodsport, or you're going to vote number 2 for Tombstone. Are you ready?
Hmm? You look like you just ran out of toilet paper in the local fucking Shell gas station.
Vote now. Vote number 1 for Bloodsport. Vote number 2 for Tombstone. That's a tough one, dude. That's a real fucking tough one.
You know, when I was a kid, one of the more famous lines from Tombstone when he was like, "So run, you cur. You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me." When I was a kid, I always was like, "So run, you turd," because he was like, "Please, why? Please don't kill me." And he was like, "You see that? It says United States Marshal." He's like, "Please, Wyatt, please don't kill me, Wyatt." Dude, I'll swear to God on 100 fucking sticks of dynamite that's probably Bill Paxton's best performance, other than Aliens. 100% Bill Paxton's.
Yeah.
As well, it's not Kurt Russell's best performance, but it's Val Kilmer's best performance ever.
Yeah.
The fact that poor man didn't win an Academy Award for his role as Doc Holliday is own.
It's ridiculous. Insane. It's ridiculous. It is.
I like that part, dude. It's not just a movie that's got a lot of great action sequences. It's got amazing Sam Elliott. It's got amazing actors in it, from top to bottom. It's loaded. Even Billy Zane is in it. But when that part, but I loved it because it explores. I know it doesn't go in as much detail as Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner, because that motherfucker just lives for writing 6-hour movies. But the part, I think it summed up Doc Holliday and his relationship. When he was dying, you know, obviously Doc Holliday was dying of TB, but they're all out there hunting the cowboys. And then he's like, "God damn, Doc, why are you doing this for?" He's like, "Wyatt Earp is my friend." And he's like, "Hell, I got lots of friends." He goes, "I don't." That was enough. That was enough. That line, and then he shows up and kills fucking Ringo. Yeah. Instead of, because he knew that Wyatt would lose. Dude, come on.
It's a fucking great movie, dude. It's a great movie. You know, I can't say that Bloodsport's better. I can just say that for some reason Tombstone didn't make my list, but damn, it could have been. It could have been in there for sure. You know, I mean, what are you gonna say? What can you say about Bloodsport though? I mean, I think it's the greatest Jean-Claude Van Damme movie of all time. I think it is the fucking gem of his collection. Although Lionheart's and Kickboxer are both very much like Bloodsport. You could bronze, silver, gold those 3 movies if you wanted to, but Bloodsport, it was the Kumite. I fight to survive. I mean, you had the fucking,
USA.
Yeah, you had fucking Chong. You know, the whole goddamn thing, man. Frank Dukes. Come on, protect your nuts, guys. That's the American who hit sticks with bricks.
You must be Ray Jackson. How much you Frank Dukes? Like, put up your Dukes, right? No, it's Dukes because he said ducks. Frank Ducks.
Dude, the fucking quintessential for me. It's the quintessential Jean-Claude Van Damme of his whole career. It's the quintessential one.
Well, I'm not. You know what? I'll go ahead and spoil it for me because I don't want to go through it all again because it's in my top 5.
I figured it would be. I figured it had to be in there somewhere.
It's literally the greatest martial arts movie to ever exist on camera. 100%. The greatest martial arts movie ever.
I'm with that. Yeah. Stop voting, by the way. I feel like there's not a lot of votes coming through.
How come you caught him but not me? Why don't you quit, Round Eye? Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, that's a tough one, man.
You cannot get Katana's sword by stealing. You must earn it. You're not going to call the cops? Not if we can make a deal.
When Jean-Claude starts coming back with those fucking roundhouses at the end, after the dude, not only is the dude 3 times his fucking size, but he has to cheat by throwing the dust into his face. And you got the
dude,
like that. And then the roundhouse kicks that follow. Woo. Holy shit, buddy.
Also, you got fucking some good comedy in there too. You got when they walk into the Kumite, and he was like, "You must show us the dead back." He's like, "What the hell is a death touch?" And then he's like, and dude, I know that's a T-shirt. Chong Li is standing there after he did the impossible. He broke all the fucking bricks. Oh, he didn't break them. He broke the bottom one. Bottom one. He breaks the bottom brick with a death touch.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Very good. But brick, not hit back." And I thought, oh, Chong Li's being kind of nice. He's like, "Very good." Then he was like, "But brick, not." And then, I mean, dude, I god damn, it's so good.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, you can throw the fucker right off the runway."
An underrating acting. JT Custom says that great acting by Van Damme. Underrated, maybe, probably, in my opinion, the most. The action actor of the 80s, 90s with the most underrated acting skills. Like, the reason Van Damme's movies worked, they were these cheap, schlocky, thrown together fucking movies. Lionheart, Kickboxer, Bloodsport. The only reason those movies are fucking
That's a whole
legendary.
trilogy right there, though.
Yeah, dude, it really is. The only reason they're legendary is because Van Damme had a humanistic face. He could transvey emotions. You fucking felt for him, dude. And Lionheart, at the end of Lionheart, when the dude's like, "Come on, Lionheart, just quit. The money's on him."
That's a great one.
The money's on him. He's like, "Wrong bet," and then he gets up and beats the fuck out of that Coheed and Cambria looking motherfucker.
When I was a kid, Lionheart, when he came up the hill at the end of the movie and he's kind of running because they let him out of the car, and I thought that was it was beautiful. Because those guys were sent there to capture him, and they know that he'd been through hell. They know that they could easily get him, and they're like, "Go see your family, go see your kid." And then he's running up the hill. That always brought tears to my eyes when I was a kid. I'm like, God damn it!
I know.
But yeah, dude. As far as Bloodsport, amazing flick. But again, Tombstone, the best Western I've ever seen in my life, other than Unforgiven.
Unforgiven, yeah,
I didn't make my list. Unforgiven is a great movie, but the cast. The collective cast in Tombstone and what it did for the Western, god damn. And Val Kilmer never gets recognized for that role. It seems really like nobody talks about it.
Yeah,
like in that role, dude, Jesus Christ, he was deadly. Like delivers greatly. He's like, "I have not yet begun to defile myself."
It's a great fucking choice.
It's like, that's a cool motherfucker. He's dying anyway, but he's still out there fucking killing assholes and winning at poker. Like that one part when that one chick, his chick he was like, "It is true, you are a good woman, but then again, you could be the devil." I was like, that's so true. I don't know, man. It's so good. And Kurt Russell pours it out as Wyatt Earp.
Oh yeah, go ahead, skin it. Skin that smoke wagon.
So we got the votes coming in hot off the press from Vanessa.
All right, I got Vanessa's a bad
feeling.
Give
it to it. Vanessa's gonna give it. She's gonna be a straight shooter. Shooter McGavin.
I'm about to go 0 for 5. God damn it! What is it? Spill it.
Well, what I'm gonna say is,
beans. Skin that smoke wagon.
You see that, darling? He's an educated man, and that means I really hate him. 38 for Bloodsport. 59 for Tombstone.
Fuck.
Doc coming in and sweeping the town up. Not only of your bitches and your money, but he's killing too.
God
Doc
damn it.
Holliday.
God damn it!
I tell you,
Fuck!
man, Bloodsport is high on my list, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I never even thought about putting those. Obviously, we don't need to discuss this
Yeah.
before, but putting them opposite each other, Bloodsport and Tombstone.
It
But
hurts.
Tombstone is probably one of the best, again, in my opinion, the best westerns out there, next to Unforgiven I've ever seen.
Sean Flex says, thanks for a good night. Drunk as fuck. Love you guys. Wham. Hey, me too. Me
I'm
too.
getting there.
I'm having a drunk night.
Just like Doc says, I have just yet begun to defile myself.
That's basically, honest to God, 5 movies in. I think the quote of right now is no doubt. I've just yet begun to
I
defile
can't wait
myself.
for April or somebody to come up and be like, "Hey Jay, stop." I'll be like, "I will not be pawed at. Thank you very much."
It's so true. I don't know what happened.
You know what?
I didn't
That's
eat enough today, maybe. I don't know.
That's one of those things. Like, I will not be pawed at. Thank you very much. He said pawed at.
Orlando Gutierrez says, "You guys rock." No, you fucking rock, Orlando. Thank you, buddy. All right, man. God damn it. You know what this means? That means you won the first 5. Fucking just blanked me, dude. You fucking blanked me. I'm your fucking friend, okay?
Why don't you just fucking write a goddamn memoir?
Your best goddamn friend, and you shut me out. You know, when a team's up 21-0 in the third quarter, they run the ball a little bit, all right? Stop throwing fucking Hail Mary touchdowns on me, all right? You're hurting my feelings.
I'm sorry that I'm Wyatt Earp. He goes, "Where's Wyatt?" He goes, "Down by the creek, walking on water." No, look, I feel like a song that would come on right now for Mike would be "Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely."
Better than dun dun dun.
No, actually, the top 5 might change though. So
hey, who knows what's gonna happen?
Because we're getting in there. We're getting in there. We're getting in there good and deep.
You ready to know what my top 5, number 5 is?
Yeah.
It's Scream. It's Scream.
Oh, you got a horror in there.
Yeah, I'll talk about that when we get to it, but I got a lot of opinions on why that's number 5. What is your number 5?
My number 5 is, in my opinion, it's got to be in my top 5 for show. Terminator 2.
God damn it, Jay! You fucking dick!
It's got T-1000, Robert Patrick, Arnie, one of his best roles ever.
Fuck!
Jesus Christ!
Jay, this is me when I heard you say T2. Fuck!
Mike, I was like this. When I made that list, I was like this. The Galleria?
Have you seen this boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it. I'm not gonna beat T.
Mike, look, watch. Mike, watch. Hold on. Nice bike.
Oh shit! That's the dude at the end of T2 when he's holding the chip and like everything's blowing up now. He's like,
oh yeah, Miles Dyson. He's like, I don't know how much longer I can hold this.
Oh god damn it, I hate your guts right now. Okay, Cameron Terra says, okay, now I need Jay's Loomis asking to be Holiday's Huckleberry, and then we'll go into the count.
Oh, don't you have any don't any of you have the courage to play for blood? I'm your Huckleberry. I didn't know what you was back in town. I was just funning about. I wasn't. You asshole. Draw. Son of a bitch. Obviously, your vagina wasn't the one you left home this evening. It was the one you brought with you. Dead.
Hey, I disagree with the chat, by the way, that's saying T2 is aged better. T2 is aged amazingly, but Scream there's nothing wrong with the way Scream's aged at all.
Well, I think they're talking about the first time special effects were ever used effectively. That movie does look fucking clean today.
It looks clean today, but that Scream does too. All right, let's do the fucking vote. Jay, what's the call sign going to be, you fucking dick?
Trust me.
All right, vote now. Vote number 1 for Scream. Vote number 2 for Terminator 2. God damn it. Fuck. I thought Scream was going to do well here. You motherfucker. You motherfucker.
Well, I have a gun.
What?
Trust me.
Oh man, vote now. Vote number one for. Hey, look, dude. The reason Scream's really
No,
high.
I didn't. That's a good choice, man.
Well, the reason that Scream's on that list for me too is because it is possibly the most rewatchable horror movie in my entire life. Because you got and we didn't include Halloween in this list. I understand that, but Scream, dude, it not only it captured this moment between moments. It captured 80s slashers and it captured the future and it put it all in one movie. So I watch it twice a year. I think it's one of the most rewatchable horror movies of all time because it's not just some boogeyman chasing somebody around a dark fucking corner. You've got Matthew Lillard, you've got Skeet Ulrich, you've got amazing writing. The movie's fucking hilarious. The soundtrack is fucking great. The fucking acting is top notch. It's the first time that a slasher for the new modern era really took it to where, hey, this is not a supernatural thing. This could be a teenager. This could be somebody in your high school. It changed horror forever. It brought horror back from the precipice of darkness, and it made it cool, and it made it fun, and it made it funny. And it's fun to listen to. The soundtrack, the jokes are great. The actors are great. It's timeless to me. And I watch it like twice a year, man. That's why it's number 5 all time for me. Shocking.
Horror was in a really weird place when Scream came out, and it did save it in a lot of ways. It was pretty much, I don't know, it's John Connor in this situation. But if you look at Terminator 2, James Cameron coming in with he did Terminator 1, and then he ups the scales, and he does even better with Terminator 2. Linda Hamilton's a fucking badass. You got Arnie playing a badass. Even the most recognizable, the bar scene at the beginning, dude. The very, very beginning of the movie when the tank thing rolls over the skulls, and you have the future fight, and you have the story about John Connor. And then you have Robert Patrick introduced as T-1000, and just the way that it looked, the Galleria and the fight sequences that happens between Terminator and T-1000, and then even little John Connor himself, dude. Everything about that movie, it's action oriented. It's got a great story. It should have been the last one. Miles Dyson was even good. Everything was good about the movie. It should have been the last Judgment Day. It makes sense. Yeah. And then
definitely should have been the last one.
And then also to make it even better. I mean, how can you get better? How do you make this burrito even better? Let's add some jalapenos to it. You make your fucking face cry because he's like, there's still one more chip left. And that moment when Arnie is lowered down into the molten steel and that one fucking thumbs up goes up, and he's like, I know now why you cry. When you have that, dude, I cry. It takes you on such, because you don't expect that, right? Terminator 1 definitely had emotional moments in it, but Terminator 2 just takes it to another stratosphere because he developed a relationship with John Connor, and even with Sarah Connor, Linda Hamilton narrating, talking about he would never get drunk and hit John. He was probably the best father that John would ever have, and he's a machine, and he would fight and protect John till he died. And then when John Connor, in some subconscious mind, subconscious part of his mind, is like, yeah, this is the best dad I've ever had. He has to say goodbye to him to destroy, what potentially could be, the end for humanity. And that Arnie line, man, again, underrated actor, even in his time in the early 90s, when he's like, now I know why you wonder why you cry, but it's nothing I can never do. Yeah. And it's almost like trying to reassure John, I can't be what you want me to be, and I wish I could. And that whole thing, I order you not to go. I order you. Oh my fuck, dude. Fuck, I'm gonna get teary even talking about it. But when he lowers it in that doo-doo-doo, oh my fuck.
Dude, it's one of the fucking greatest movies of all time. But we just did the commentary for it, and I love it. I love it fucking too. It's weird, dude. It was weird not including that in my top 10. And again, one more time, I just want to reiterate, these are not, if I had to pick my top 10 greatest movies of all time, like not my opinion, not my favorite, but the greatest movies of all time, T2 would be in the top 5. It'd be the top fucking 5. You know what I mean? No doubt about it.
Well, you didn't see that coming? They want your favorites?
But it's just, for me, it's like personal favorites. That's why it didn't make the list. And it's weird for me, dude, because I don't have the personal connection to T2 that I have to Schwarzenegger. And it's weird. I think that for Schwarzenegger, I could have put any of his movies in here. I could have put True Lies. I could have put Commando. I could have put tons of shit in here from Schwarzenegger, and it never really made it.
Well,
I don't feel like any movie Schwarzenegger's ever done has really lived up to how great Schwarzenegger could be. And when you include T2 in that, that's saying a fucking lot.
Well, I think it's based on how I made my list was based on movies that I rented the most as a kid and actually enjoyed over and over again and watched over and over again. That's how I made it.
That's exactly what
Terminator 2 was
that's
one
exactly
of
what I did.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's not going to be everybody's favorite list. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be things on there that people don't agree with.
Yeah.
You know, because people could watch Halloween, which we've already, Mike said we've already spoiled that. It's not on our list, but people watch that over and over again. That might be their number one movie of all time.
Yeah.
And, honestly, if you're going to put your top 10, it's almost an impossible task because The Exorcist is probably the best horror movie of all time.
Yep.
Period. I mean, it really is. And I love Halloween. We love Halloween. Like, that's what this channel's built on, obviously.
But exact same thing, though.
Yeah, but The Exorcist, man. It scared the fuck. It's probably the best put together film I've ever seen in my life, and it's scary as shit.
Yeah.
So
I totally agree with you, dude. That's exactly what I did with my list too. I just like what movies that I rent, or watch, and rewatch more than any other. That combined with quality, like, dude, my entire top 10 could have been Jim Carrey movies. Yet Jim Carrey didn't make my list once. Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, Liar Liar. I mean, Cable Guy. Fuck, any of those could have been in my top 10.
Well, we've got it in. We've got the vote in. Thank you so much, Vanessa and Vinny, for counting. We really appreciate you, sexy butts. We've got 52 for Scream. They're still screaming along. Doesn't matter if it's a glow-in-the-dark mask or a regular mask. They're going to kill you. But then coming in is John Connor and a great gift from Vanessa saying, easy money, 67.
God damn it! Fuck! I'm okay. I'm not mad.
Mike.
What?
Watch.
Hang on. I got it. Can't see you.
Hold on. I swear I will not kill anybody.
You goddamn dick face. Fuck. God damn it. 6-0. 6-0.
I don't like.
You're gonna fucking sweep me
You keep
tonight?
calling me a fuck. I feel like you're the step parents in Terminator 2 because your foster parents are dead.
I feel like you're gonna fucking sweep me tonight. If I get swept, I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about myself when I wake up in the morning. All right, I'm now to the point. I knew I was gonna lose, but God, I didn't think I was gonna be swept like this.
God, talking about no Rocky spirit, you already knew you were gonna lose. Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, because I have unpopular movies in my top 10. You know,
well, I didn't know they were unpopular. SLC Punk is a good fucking movie. So is the other ones you mentioned.
It's not fucking goddamn Indiana Jones, you cunt licking butthole.
Well, my last name is Jones, and I can't help it that when I go to sleep at night, it goes, I can't help that I hear that fucking music. Anyway, you might, look, they might change their minds because I might as well just say on number 3 what it is. Well, no, I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take a little tinkle.
Okay.
Because it's really hurting my insides.
Take a tinkle. Hey, before you tinkle, I'll go ahead and let's at least start the count. That way while you're tinkling, they can start it. Let me pull it up really quick. So you won again, you fucking goddamn piece of shit. And then, well, what happened was my number 4 of all time. What is it? God damn it. Oh, okay. It's going to be 7. It's going to be.
Oh, dude. I almost put that one on mine, too.
David Fincher's 7 is going to be my number 4.
God, sucking that dick for David Fincher all day long.
I love him. I love him. What's your number 4?
I only put one James Cameron movie in here. You put 2. Like, Jesus.
What's your number 4?
That would be Return of the Jedi.
God damn it! Okay.
I don't feel like the reason why, and I know people are going to say, why not Empire Strikes Back? Because Return of the Jedi is the conclusion to that epic trilogy. The moment that Luke convinces Anakin Skywalker to fulfill the prophecy, and then he gets to see, I want to see you with my own eyes. That moment fucking brought tears to my eyes. It had great epic moments. It wrapped up everything. Fucking Ewoks, yes.
Say that one more time because I'm going to make that the call sign. Say that I want to see you with my own eyes.
I want to see you with my own eyes.
Okay. Go ahead and vote now while Jay's peeing. Vote number 1 for 7. Vote number 2 for Return of the Jedi. I'll make my case while you're gone. You can make your case when you're back.
Okay.
I'll go with that. All right.
He had a green lightsaber. I'll be back.
All right, go ahead and vote, guys. Vote number 1 for 7. Vote number 2 for Return of the Jedi. And while you guys are voting, Chase Banks says, love you guys. Jay, can I get a Luma shout out for my 5-year-old twins, Hunter and Perry? They just got A's on their report cards. Hey, man, that's awesome. Good for your kids. Good for your kids. I'm proud of your kids, too. Jay will be back. He's clearly far more popular tonight in movie choices and characters than I am, and it's all right because I have a nice sports card collection that I'll go back to, and I'll weep while putting them in order later. So it's okay. It's all right. I don't need anyone's love. I have a dog. I'll squeeze him tightly tonight and cry into his ears using my own tears as lubrication while I masturbate. What? Was that out loud? I'm kidding. No, remind me. I will let Jay know about that. But the vote right now is to vote number 1 for 7. Vote number 2 for Return of the Jedi. Obviously, Return of the Jedi is a far more popular movie. But let me say this about 7. 7 is a movie that's very important to me. It matters a lot to me because I stayed home from school one day. I pretended to be sick. My parents were gone. And this is way back in the day when you had to pick up your phone and call pay-per-view and order your movie. And me and my sister, we both stayed home that day and we ordered it and I watched it. And it's, David Fincher, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. And it was the first time in my young life that I ever watched a movie that the second the credits rolled up, I honestly think like it was a huge catalyst for my entire love for movies, because when it was the what's in the box and all that shit happened, when the credits came up, I was fucking floored. I mean, I sat there going, fuck, no movie's ever made me feel this way before. No movie has ever fucking just made me sit in shock at how wild, mean, twisted, strange, cool, fucking goth, just out there, fucking 9 Inch Nails, wild, crazy movie that was so goddamn smart, so thought through, and so fucking twisted. That movie probably, I don't know if I'd be sitting here doing this channel without 7. It's such a fucking important part of my movie watching history. I'll never forget that feeling that day, just sitting on the couch eating some fucking ramen noodles, staying home, sick from school, renting movies on my parents' pay-per-view. It taught me what I love about movies. So yeah, it's dark, it's fucked up, it's twisted, it's got great cinematography, amazing acting. I'll never forget every time I'm doing anything. Like last night, I'm sitting here at 2 a.m. working on the channel, editing videos and stuff. And even then, I thought of Morgan Freeman in the library when the security guard's like, "You want culture? I'll give you culture." And they turn up the classical song, and like he's reading about Dante and going through all the shit, trying to figure out who the killer is. And then you got Brad Pitt in the rain. Like, don't jerk me off, man. That's all I'm asking. Just don't jerk me off. Such a cool character, such a relatable character. A detective who was pretty broke in the middle of a crazy fucking town trying to make his way. This whole relationship he had with Gwyneth Paltrow. And then they give him the thing and he's like, fucking Dante, goddamn piece of shit. Just such a weird dynamic. They don't lead you along. They don't walk you by the hand. Cool fucking movie. And I think 7 is one of the main reasons, and nobody will give it this kind of credit. I will. I think 7's one of the main reasons why the true crime genre is such a skyrocketed huge fucking thing right now. I think that was such an introduction into it. Took like Citizen X from like HBO and these weird twisted serial killer documentaries and movies back then, and it brought them to the mainframe, and it made it a cool movie to watch, and it made it fucked up and twisted and sick. And you got the hey I'm guilty soundtrack and this weird grunge thing. It's a grunge thing going on. I think 7's a huge reason why serial killers and true crime are so popular today. I fucking love that movie. And again, I watch it like twice a year. I mean, it's just, one of the most rewatchable movies of all time. So that's why 7 is my number 4 favorite movie of all time. And then that obviously goes against Return of the Jedi, which is a fucking classic. So can't argue with it there. But, Jay froze. He froze on his way to deliver himself the beer, which makes me laugh. I'll let him bring himself back in here. What super chats did we have while I was running my fat mouth? Chase, we'll get back to yours. And then Pug Jab says, do an impression of Jay, do an impression of you. That's pretty tough. Oh, there you are. Can't hear you. I can see you. I can't hear you. Let's see here. So go ahead and stop voting. Let them count the vote for that. You're freezing again. Freezing again. Jay's frozen. We can see him. Can't hear him. EOS webcam utility. Back in a moment, you'll see. Gypsy War says, how come writers don't get the same credit as the director? You know, I do think that writers are very, very underrated in the whole movie making business. No doubt about it, man. And just like talking to Alan McElroy, it was like, man, it's so easy to ask that guy questions because he is in every fabric of the movie he does. Writers do not get enough credit. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Okay, sorry about that.
Hey, did you have to replace your battery?
Yeah, it died.
It'll get you. Pug Jab, last thing I'll say before I go is Pug Jab says, do an impression of Jay, do an impression of you.
What?
Which is, he said, do an impression of Jay, doing an impression of you.
Like you doing an impression?
Yeah, of you doing an impression of me. Which would be like, I'm Mike, and I'm fucking emo, and I'm a douchebag. I have no idea.
I wear collar shirts. So that doesn't work.
Will be impression of you. I don't know. It's an impossible task. It's an impossible fucking task. But all right. So we're still on the vote. We still don't have a vote in. And while I go pee in the toilet, Jay, you can talk about why Return of the Jedi is your number 4 favorite movie of all time.
All right, guys. So I believe that Return of the Jedi is the number 1, in my opinion, of all the Star Wars trilogies, is because, man, there's so much resolution that happens in that movie. You got the death of Yoda, okay? And then you have Luke realizing that he's the last of the Jedi. Like, he understands. And then Yoda will like, no, you is not. There's another before he dies. You have that moment with Darth Vader and him. Ooh, dude, I love that. That you know, father son. He kind of gets to have peace with his father. Vanessa's already came in with the vote. This is ridiculous. I don't believe it at all. I didn't get to make my case, and I feel like I got lost out. There's no way, but okay. Holy shit. You guys hate Star Wars, I see. But no, I mean, come on, guys. Star Wars, man. Return of the Jedi, like literally Anakin Skywalker completes the prophecy. He completes the prophecy. You have this touching moment between him and Luke. He gives up. Darth Vader gives up everything for Luke Skywalker to kill the Emperor, in which he knows he's going to die himself. I'm not going to go to the bathroom first anymore. I feel like you guys were fucking swayed. You also have Luke Skywalker at his best. Besides the Mandalorian, that's Luke Skywalker at the height of his power. And on top of that, you also are introduced to Jabba the Hutt. Everybody knows Jabba the Hutt now. And that's the first time. I'm not talking about the special editions. I'm talking about the first time you've ever seen Jabba. You're also introduced to more of a battle sequence with Boba Fett. God damn. Yeah. JT Custom says Mike had to win, Jay. Well, I mean, if you guys were pity partying voting, I mean, that's one thing, but Jesus Christ, I just don't see it. And you guys can pick what you want. And I like 7 a lot, but over Return of the Jedi, god damn. I got to get on some of that peyote. Orlando Gutierrez says, no, Jay, 7 is better. Well, I think you should revisit Return of the Jedi, sir, unless you're not a Star Wars fan at all. But either way, it is what it is. literally Return of the Jedi is so unheralded. I mean, everybody picks Empire Strikes Back, which I understand. I mean, it ends on a crazy note. You don't know what's going to happen next. Luke loses his hand. Darth Vader's revealed as his dad. It's fucked up. I mean, yeah, it's crazy that they ended in the middle of the trilogy like that. But Return of the Jedi, you also get the confirmation that Leia knows that that's her brother and she kissed him. That's fucking weird. But either way, get the little cutie Ewoks, but I don't know, man. It is what it is. If you guys picked it, you guys picked it. But I promise you, if I'd been here to make my... And by the way, I mean, goddamn, guys, come on. Emperor Palpatine gets thrown down a fucking tunnel. Like Anakin Skywalker literally completes the prophecy thanks to his son by destroying the Sith. He's the last Sith. I mean, yes, 7 is gritty and shit, and it's fucking, you know, it's a great movie. I mean, for sure. It's one of Morgan Freeman's and Brad Pitt's best movies ever that they've ever done. But I don't know, man. Like, in my opinion, like looking at Return of the Jedi overall, it's the last time, again, besides The Mandalorian, you get to see Luke Skywalker in his full fucking like Jedi powers. Like that motherfucker is stroking. Maybe it's stroking. He's stroking the shit out of it. The green lightsaber comes into effect. Yoda dies, passing on the torch to Jedi Luke Master now. He's going to train a whole new batch of Jedi. I don't know, man. I saw the vote, and it just it's fucking crazy. But either way, Iron Wolf says Ewoks killed stormtroopers. Yeah, they did. That's another thing. Like they took little fucking cutesy Ewoks, little teddy bears, and they fucked up some stormtroopers, like some of the best of the best of the Empire, and they fucked them up. You know, and not to mention the fact that moment on the bridge where Luke is talking to Darth Vader, and he's like, "That's why you couldn't bring me to your Emperor. That's why you couldn't destroy me then, and that's why you won't bring me to your Emperor now." He's like, "I see you have constructed a new lightsaber." Like I don't know, like that whole moment, and then he was like, "I must obey." And he's like, "Then my father is truly dead." It's got a lot of emotional moments in that, like a lot more than people, I guess, remember, but. I don't know what that means. Anyway, but it's a tough choice, man. I mean, 7's a great movie, and Return of the Jedi is a phenomenal movie. But it is what it is. You guys feel bad for Mike, and you want to stroke that little dick? You can, for sure. Haddonfield 88 says, "I missed the vote. I had to piss and smoke. I failed you, Jay. You have failed. But there was always tomorrow. It's all right. It's all right." So, but Mike's gonna be excited. So that's one thing. Hey,
what?
Your little dick will grow 3 sizes now.
Really?
You finally get a vote. That
did I win one?
Yay! Yay! Look at Mike.
I got one. I got one.
Final vote is which I don't. It's whatever. It's 44 for Return of the Jedi and 72 for 7.
Oh.
I don't feel like this is accurate, but it is what it is.
Mike wins, and it feels so good in my bum hole. I mean, obviously, you've already won the popular vote, but
finally, Mike can stop bitching.
Yeah, I'll stop.
Hey, man.
I'll stop crying now. I'll stop crying now.
God, he's acting like Nolan Ryan at the end of his career. Nobody wants me but the Atlanta Braves.
It was probably more of a pity vote than anything else, but I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, so my number 3. Are you ready for this? I wonder if this is in your top 10. I really do. Strange. I wouldn't have thought at first that it would be this fucking high, but dude, it's Wayne's World for me.
What is it?
Wayne's World. My number 3 favorite movie of all time is Wayne's World.
I mean, I'm not going to go into detail about what we've already discussed it at length. My number 3 was Bloodsport.
Oh, this is a good battle. This is a good battle we got here.
Yeah,
Wayne's World versus Bloodsport.
I really wanted Wayne's World, but I didn't put it in. But yeah, Bloodsport.
Did it not make your top 10 at all?
No.
Oh wow, this is good then. So okay, vote when I say if you're gonna spew into this.
Old man carving wood.
If you're gonna spew into this. Vote now. Vote number 1 for Wayne's World. Vote number 2 for Bloodsport.
I gotta be honest, man. I felt like I was going for the closeout. I really felt it. I wanted it. I felt like the no strike zone. I felt like that one dude that played Charles in Charge in Angels of the Outfield, and he was like, "I got nothing left." He's like, and I wanted Danny Glover to come out of the bunker and be like, "Yeah, you do. You got an angel with you right now." Like I wanted that moment, but it didn't happen. But yeah, dude, Bloodsport. I'm not gonna talk about. We talk about it at length. It's a great fucking movie. It's my favorite. It's my favorite martial arts movie. Period. Like 100%. My favorite martial arts movie, without a doubt. It always will be. It's probably, it is, in my opinion, John Claude's best performance. Everything about that movie screams 80s, but it's so inviting too. You don't even have to be a fight fan to fucking love the movie.
Yeah.
Like it actually is done really well. It's actually done really smartly. But yeah, Wayne's World's classic, dude. Like, I mean, Wayne's World, holy shits.
I mean, I've already talked about why I love Bloodsport, but it was really weird because so what I did was I listed all my fucking movies, right? And I circled the ones that I thought could be the number 1, number 2, number 3, and I went through them, and I kept comparing Wayne's World to Goodfellas, to Empire Records, to Seven, to all this stuff, and like there's no other movie in this entire list. As far as comedies go, that just really brings me back to such great fucking times. Number 1, us watching that as kids, quoting it all the fucking time. Such a fun, and I'll never forget my dad renting it, going to the video store with my dad for the first time, and me picking that out, and him be like, seriously? And on the cover, it's got the, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll hurl. And my dad actually watched it with us, and he's sitting there just the whole time like, and I'm just dying, crying, fucking laughing. It's about best friends, which is what you and I built our entire careers and lives on. Is
we'll pass through, Logan.
Pass through our best frienddom.
Game on.
It reminds me of us growing up, and one of my favorite parts is when he's walking through. He's like, "Let's just say I have an extensive collection of name tags and hairnets," because they're doing this show in this basement, and nobody gives a fuck about it. It's on public access TV. Meanwhile, they're working at Dunkin' Donuts or wherever the fuck else. They have this strange relationship with each other. They both play off each other so well. Wayne's World's just like, it's one of the movies in the world that just, it makes me like, no matter what kind of mood you're in, you can watch Wayne's World, dude, and you're just fucking happy.
Dude, Wayne's World, and even Wayne's World 2, which it got bombed by critics, which I liked it. It's the same thing on Ghostbusters 2. I like Ghostbusters 2 just as much as Ghostbusters, but
same.
Yeah,
Wayne's World.
But dude,
yeah.
I don't know. There's something about, and the reason why Bloodsport is so high on my list, dude, is literally it's the best fucking martial arts movie it's like taking Rocky and inserting him into a martial arts movie.
It really is.
Like that's what you get. That's what you get. And he has to, he was a thief. He was a little bastard asshole. And then he stumbles on, he tries to steal Katana sword. You cannot steal Katana sword by stealing. And he has to learn his, the errors of his ways and work his way through that. And the music is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wayne's World, man. Like I couldn't argue. But you have it so fucking high on your list. God damn.
It's high. It's crazy. It's funny. Little brother said, and it's from Wayne's World too. He said, "But the shopkeeper and his son, that's a different story altogether. I had to beat them to death with their own shoes." Ozzy wouldn't go on stage that night unless I had, what was it, brown M&Ms? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was like brown M&Ms.
Then Holly Roxy said, "I don't even own a gun, let alone that many guns that would necessitate an entire rack. What am I going to do with a gun rack?" It's like, Stacey's coming, dude, tractor beans. It's fucking great, dude. I love Wayne's World.
Do we have I don't know. Vinny sent me something. Hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wayne's World's going to win this one. Their Bohemian Rhapsody. If you ever told me in real life though that Wayne's World would beat Bloodsport, I would shit in your mouth. I would legit tell you to fucking bend over and make your mouth a urinal so I could pee in it, because there's no fucking way. But it's gonna happen.
Yeah, man. It's just I was shocked at how high it was for me, but when I looked at it, like just my personal feelings compared to the other movies, I was just like, man, nothing makes me happier in this fucking movie.
Well, it's probably because you named it earlier, but Jesus, you guys have, oh my God. So Wayne's World is going to Bohemian Rhapsody all the way to 57 to 21 for Bloodsport. So Kumite is not in his future. This is an atrocity, by the way. You're telling me that 57 to 21 Bloodsport versus Wayne's World? Holy shit. Okay.
She will be mine. Oh, yes, it will be mine.
Well, obviously you need to shush, because there is no stairway to heaven here.
No stairway. Shaw.
God damn. Okay.
Denied. that was Jay with his vote came through. Like, denied.
That and Return of the Jedi. I'm not gonna take the pee break first time because you'd had made all that fucking case for the other one.
I took my time and I did.
The motherfucker act like he was goddamn Jack Nicholson on the stage of fucking goddamn Men of Honor or whatever, fucking talking about it.
2 in a row. 2 in a row. I'm on a streak, baby. I'm on a streak.
You will lose now, sir. Final fight. Welcome to the final boss.
We will see. We will see.
Yeah, we will. I knew you had garlic.
I have had garlic.
I can smell it.
It was with onions and cheddar. Cheddar. All right, number 2.
That's the opening of our action movie. We're gonna call it Wham Combat.
Wham Combat, here to stay.
I'd listen to that soundtrack.
Okay, so on to the number twos. My number 2 favorite movie of all time is.
I like how Juan Herrera says Mike in the comeback. I've already won, my sir.
Yeah, he has already won.
Yeah,
true.
This is like if
true.
Mike came back a little bit in the late rounds in boxing, this motherfucker's already dead on his feet.
I just
gotta stay away.
All I did was avoid the sweep, and I'm pretty proud of that. I'm fine with that. All right, my number 2 is Rocky. My number 2 favorite film of all time is the original Rocky film.
That's a good one.
What is yours?
Well, can we get an amen for 1.21 gigawatts Back to the Future?
I knew it.
At number 2, Back to the Future.
Wow.
You can't get better with some Doc and fucking Marty.
What's the call sign going to be for this one?
Well, I mean, it would have been 1.21 gigawatts, but I kind of wasted that. So it's going to be 1.21 gigawatts. What does he say? Tom, it can't be done, can it?
All right, say it.
1.21 gigawatts. Tom, it can't be done, can it?
Vote number now. Vote now. Vote number 1 for Rocky. Vote number 2 for Back to the Future. You talked about Rocky 4, and I agree with everything that you fucking said about it.
Dude, I love Rocky, but I think it's sexual and quite revealing.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to eat those Twizzlers panties off your butt right now that you put it so high on your list, because I could not argue with anybody putting it at the number 2 slot.
And look, dude, I could have replaced Rocky with Rocky 4 like that. Easily. I went with the original, and here's the reason why is because with Rocky, for me, that one's more emotional. Like Rocky 4 is more entertaining. It's got a better soundtrack. It's got a better workout scene. But Rocky makes me fucking cry, dude. When fucking, because it's the origins of it all. You start out, it's the shitty, grimy screen. Rocky's fighting Spider Rico. He's getting his ass kicked. The crowd's fucking booing him. They're all shitting on him. He goes to his locker. He's like, "Yo, Mick, where's my locker?" And he's like, "You're a fucking tomato can."
Is that the one where he was like, "You gotta sweep the spit"?
Yeah. He wanted him to fucking, he's like, "You're a tomato can. He's joke. You're no defense, all this." And then when he gets the title shot, which, by the way, I think you're going to have a knockout here, looking at the chat. But when he gets the title shot.
Not if you drink Lipton's iced tea, baby.
All of a sudden, Mick shows back up at Rocky's house. And this is one of my favorite turns in movies of all time. The same thing that we talked about with the movies we were talking about before, about people not believing in you or whatever. Nobody believes in Rocky. He's dumb. He's from the streets. He can barely. Gosling says, "I gotta break your thumbs. I gotta break your thumbs." He gets this random one in a lifetime chance. And they come to him, and Mick shows up at his house, and he's like, I want to be your manager. And Rocky's like, you want to be my manager now? You want to be my manager now? Look at this apartment. It stinks.
That made me cringe, dude. I know.
It made me
sad,
cry.
But it made me cringe, though. It made me cringe.
Oh, dude, it made me cry my fucking eyes
I felt
out.
bad. Well, because I felt bad for the old man.
I felt bad for the old man, too. But Mickey had fucked him over. Mickey was supposed to be the one guy. You got to think, if you're Rocky, dude, and you're on the streets and you got fucking nothing and you got no smarts, but you're a good person, he's doing his best. He's going in the ring every night. He's making $5 or whatever. Get his ass fucking knocked in. The one guy that's supposed to believe in it is like, no, I'm training this new fighter. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. Another person that shits on him. And then all of a sudden, Rocky just gets that one little, like he took that tiny little chance. Like he got one chance. Mick shows up. I want to train you. Look at all the shit I've been through. That fucking scene where he's like, this fucking apartment stinks. My fucking life stinks. Mick's crying, walking away. And then my favorite thing, dude, is that Rocky literally didn't even want to win. He didn't even want to fucking win, dude. He stood in the middle of that arena and he was
just
like,
to prove a point.
Yeah, if I could just go the distance, all I got to do is fucking be there. If I could just go the distance and prove that I'm worth something, then that'll make my whole life. And he did it. He stood in that fucking ring. He went the distance. He did everything, man. That movie, as much as I want to say I like Rocky IV better because I love it, Rocky's the thing for me, dude. That's the best.
Rocky is amazing, dude. I mean, like it deserves the Academy Award. But dude, when you look at Back to the Future and what they did with time travel itself, and you introduce Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly, and you have this perfect chemistry between the two. You take a fucking DeLorean, which is one of the baddest ass cars I've ever seen in my life, even today, and that was in the mid 80s. And you turn that into a time machine, and you go back and meet your fucking parents. You always, because like what it did with time travel was it actually put it to another stratosphere. Like people were fucking like, what would I do? And you wouldn't know your own mom fell in love with you. What the fuck? Oh, Calvin. I was like, it's written all over your underwear. He's like, stop. Dude, it's so good. And Biff is one of the best bad guys ever. Biff is a great bad guy. Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox rocked the shit out of that role. It literally is, in my opinion, it's Michael J. Fox's a career-defining moment. Also, Christopher Lloyd,
absolutely.
As Doc, it's 100% his career-defining moment. It looks great. It sounds great. The music, you got Huey Lewis and the motherfucking News doing the soundtrack for The Power of Love. Can we get an amen?
It's the power of love.
And then you get the ending, which is roads where we're going, we don't need roads. And you see the fucking DeLorean literally lift up, tuck the wheels in. We're going to the future. Jesus Christ, dude. When I watched that movie, it was a mind-blowing experience. And I think a lot of people that watched that movie were like, if Google existed back then, Google will be overwhelmed with, is time travel possible with the DeLorean?
That's true.
What it did was it made people's imaginations go fucking insane.
Yeah.
And also Robert Zemeckis did a really good job. The special effects hold up. Like, was it Zemeckis that he directed it, right?
Yeah.
Zemeckis directed it. You can see the special effects, especially when the DeLorean is going through time, how fucking cool it looks. And it leaves like goddamn burnt rubber. Like you're hanging out at a goddamn Tractor Supply and those fuckers with their Ford Explorers are like burning out. It looks cool as shit. And also you explore, you also explore the failures of the father of George McFly, because George McFly, he's like, no, I never let anybody read it. I mean, what if they said it was no good? You also see where that comes from with Marty in his everyday life.
That's a good point.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You do see that. And then Marty being like, because he always, he was in a band and he wrote his own songs, but he wouldn't let anybody listen to him. But his dad did the same shit with his science fiction stories. So he fixes that, dude. It really is a cool, it's just a cool adventure, man. And again, Christopher Lloyd is a guy. He's the guy that you wish that you could have known in your science class. That was your teacher, that you could have been good friends with and told you all these mysteries of life.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn, that's cool. And he's like, by the way, buddy, I've got I've got a DeLorean that'll do all these crazy things. Come out to the parking lot at the Twin Pines Mall. Don't be late.
I gotta be honest with you, man. I've never ever, and I've always known that, and I know what your number one and your number two is, and I knew before I even made my list. I've never had the love for this movie that you do. I never have, and I'm not saying you're wrong by any means. It's just I never emotionally connected to Back to the Future.
Well,
like to me, I watch it and I go, "Oh man, that's so fucking cool! It's so fucking fun! It's an '80s time capsule. It's an amazing film." But I never emotionally connected to it. I just thought it's a really fun popcorn movie.
You got to. Well, I mean, it's not. I mean, because if you overlook it, the fact that George, that his dad, the fact that he had no courage to do anything in his life. Ever.
That's true.
He had no courage to stand up to the bully. He had no courage to pursue his life pursuits. And then Marty goes back and corrects that.
Yeah.
Like that's emotional.
No, you're absolutely right. It is. It never hit me that way, but no, you're not wrong.
Well, because if you look at it, like, we can all look at that. Like, that's one thing. You could look at your life and you're like, oh, damn, man. It's like, there's one part where Doc is like, well, I mean, you must know them. They're your parents. What do they like to do? He's like, nothing. And like, he's like, because they don't do shit. He goes back in time and changes this because he makes also George, his dad, stand up for himself, take control of his life, and fucking get a better life going for him, and stand up to the bully Biff that's been on his ass the entire time.
Yeah.
Like that's the emotional part. I think people overlook that because the special effects part of it was like a huge thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
But then again, he also, like, his own mom kind of wanted to bang him, which was kind of weird, right?
Actually, it's weird. What's her name? Leah Thompson.
Yeah,
she's Leah Thompson, right? That was the actress. Woo, she's hot. She even said that that's what attracted her to the script. That it was so fucking funky. It was so weird. The fact that if you went back in time and your own mom kind of fell in love with you, or like you were the hot boy.
It's fucking weird, dude.
I know, but that's why she was like into it. But we got the vote coming in.
Okay, all right. Marco V. Villatore says, "Stop it! You're killing him." It's going back to the Rocky thing, but. All right, what do we got?
He dies. I
think you're gonna win this one.
Yeah, 22 for Rocky, 75. We're going to the future.
Fuck you all.
Back to the future.
I mean,
where we're going, we don't need roads. We don't need them at all.
22 to 75. I mean, shit. I mean, I knew Back to the Future would win, but 22 to fucking 75. My streak is ended. My streak is over.
What Vinny says, I have a theory that Doc somehow knew how everything would turn out and had to manipulate the events to assure the best outcome. That's fucked up, and I like that. That's true, because he could have already gone to the future multiple times and seen how things would have turned out and then come back in time to fix things. I like that, Vinny. That's a good one.
It's weird, dude, because Back to the Future has never hit me the way it hits other people. So I accept Ural's decision. And, I appreciate my 2-win streak I had there. It's going to be nice. And also, I'm going to go ahead and admit something to you. I'm going to lose number 1, too. I am.
You might not.
I'm going to lose it. And I'm all right with that. It's my personal list. And I don't need it to be the best. You fucks!
You sound like a steroid enraged macho man.
In all seriousness, I totally knew that your list would be more popular than mine was. I'm kidding. I'm 100% kidding. I don't care at all. But Eric James said, "Hey guys, thanks for giving me an outlet to geek out every Friday with fellow sexual beings like yourselves. Any chance of a Friday Night Fights best video games battle?" Ooh. That's tough because
I don't play Madden.
We've been out. Yeah, we've been out of the video game sector for some time in our life. Jay's a lot more fucking versed in video games than I am. Like, I'm all about sports games and stuff like that. Back in the day, maybe top 5 favorites of all time. We could do something like that sometime. I think I got a good top 5. Yeah, but that's
I'm still active in the video game sector, but
far more
not like I used to be. Not like I used to be.
Yeah, and even now you're far more. But back in the day, me and Jay, Halo 3, y'all don't want to fuck with us on Halo 3.
Halo
me and Jay
Reach,
would fuck your shit up on Halo 3, Halo Reach. We were the shit.
Yeah, dude, we were. It was good. We were so good that we would LeBron James talk to the referees before we went on the court. Be like, "Hey, by the way, it's going to be a massacre. I don't know if you're gonna call a foul, but if you do, I'm gonna bitch at you.
So
So
many
shut your mouth.
nights. So
Shut
many
your
nights.
mouth.
I had to be at work at 8 a.m. Had to be up by 7 a.m. Me and Jay up till 3:30, 4 a.m. playing fucking Halo. Just
Yeah,
beating motherfuckers' asses, dude.
It was legit.
We killed. And we get to the point where we're yelling at each other. Be like, dude, why you throw a grenade when I'm fucking standing there? You're like, you hurt my fucking shield. I'm like, dude, you got lockdown. Use fucking lockdown. We be screaming at each other on the fucking headset because we're kicking people's asses, but we're not kicking their asses enough.
I remember one time I got mad because Mike got a better kill streak than me. I'm like, well, I mean, that's great, man, but you were stealing kills. I mean, that's fucking awesome. And Mike was like, actually, dude, I was not stealing your kills. I didn't even know you were there. I'm like, well, you were. I was like, you were using a sniper rifle. Or no, I was like, I was using a sniper rifle. I take their shields off, and then you'd one headshot them.
It sounds like a joke, but me and Jay would literally be up at 3 a.m. on a headset arguing with each other about Halo 3. But like, no, dude, you fucking stole my kills. Like, why'd you throw a grenade into the lobby I was standing in, dude?
I mean,
I'm like,
you got
stop
into it,
fucking fighting me, dude.
One time I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, and I was like, dude, well, I mean, why not?
You'd be like, Jay be like, I'm done, dude. I'm done. I'm like, why are you quitting, dude? Why are you quitting?
Yeah, it was a fun time. I loved it though. I love that game.
Y'all don't even know, like, that Halo 3 and Halo Reach was the channel before the channel ever existed.
Well, that's how I got the idea. Like, we were doing Halo 3 and Halo Reach, and I'm like, let's start a goddamn YouTube channel. The original, the thought in my head was like, which I didn't know the complications involved in recording anything.
Yeah.
I was like, we'll start a capture card, or we'll do a capture of us playing the game, and all they're gonna hear is our voices talking shit to the other team.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, we're gonna blow up. And I was like, yeah. And then Mike was like, well, I got a camera, so I was like, I didn't want to have our faces on it. I was like, I was just talking about the fucking stream or doing a game.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe everything will come full circle and Halo will blow up again, and we can do that. Marco Viva says, where we're going, we don't need roads. We don't need roads.
We don't need roads at all here.
Will Arnwine says, I'm still shocked at how close Scream was to T2. I understand that too. Yeah. I would have totally expected T2 to blow it out of the water. All right, guys. Hey, first off, before we get to number one, before we finish this thing out, if we missed the super chat tonight, email me. We watched the movie 2 at gmail.com. We'll start the next show with it. I just, we want to throw out a thank you to the 290, almost 300 people hanging out with us here tonight.
Holy shit. I literally
midnight.
Had not looked over. Because I've been trying, me and Mike are trying to practice making sure that we go like this to you guys.
Gotta make contact.
Talking to you.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
Yeah.
You want to suck my cock position?
Holy shit, man. Yeah. As soon as we did that, we lost like 5 viewers.
That makes sense.
It's awesome, man. That's so many. Like I thought we might have like 100 and negative 105 in here.
It's amazing to have you guys here hang out with us on these Friday nights. They're so fun. All right, let's do it, man. Number one, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna get my fucking ass kicked, and I knew it before I ever made my fucking list.
Dude, this is every motherfucking politician that knows they're gonna fucking you're already fucking putting yourself up on the chopping block.
I mean, you know it. I know it. You know.
I don't know.
You know my fucking favorite movie of all time. I know your fucking favorite movie of all time.
Yeah. Well, if that's your favorite movie of all time,
I'm fine with it. I don't need to win. I don't need this. Okay. I have a fucking.
Apparently so. Jesus Christ. He needs 10 likes.
I can order baked potatoes from the fucking store. All right. I'm fine with baked potatoes. But no, all seriousness, we're just kidding. But vote number 1 for Lethal Weapon. Vote number 1. No, vote number 2 for Jay's favorite, which is going to be Ghostbusters.
No, it's not. You
what is it?
Bitch, you lied.
What is it, Jay?
It's Final Fantasy Materia Guide. no, it's Ghostbusters. You know what? We've talked about it so much. I don't even want to go into explanations or defend the choice because it's pretty.
We won't even do a call sign. Go ahead and vote now. Vote number 1 for Lethal Weapon. Vote number 2 for Ghost or shit. Yeah. Vote number 2. No. Vote number 1 for Lethal Weapon. Vote number 2 for Ghostbusters. I've clearly had too much to drink tonight. I love Ghostbusters too, man. I really do. I love Ghostbusters.
You like the second one? You son of a bitch.
I love the second one as much as I love the first.
Honestly, I was gonna be a big troll, and I was gonna have it in my top 5. Like I was
Yeah.
gonna have Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 as my number one.
I wouldn't have blamed you, dude.
But I
Ghostbusters
was
2
like,
is fucking
I
great.
know it's fucking great, but I'm not gonna do that. But yeah,
Yeah.
dude, go. I mean, dude, I've got so much merchandise around me about I'm a Ghostbuster fanatic, dude.
Mm,
I think you're talking about some of the greatest comedian minds ever
yeah.
assembled into a group. You got Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, and Ernie Hudson comes in late, but you have him as well, Rick Moranis, in a movie about basically super comedians taking on the supernatural.
Yeah.
They do a fucking amazing job. The special effects are on point. Ivan Reitman did a great job with that. The story is so good. It's so amazing. And you know what's interesting about that movie is that from what I remember, some of the interviews that I'd watched, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, I believe, thought the movie might not be good, so they decided to let Bill Murray have the best parts. And I was like, dude, that sounds just like me and Mike. It really does. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't think the skit's gonna be good. You can go ahead and say whatever you're gonna say. And he came out with some of the best, most memorable lines. Like, you're right, no ordinary person would stack books like this. And I love it. And dude, man, there'll never be another movie like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
There really won't be. They tried that atrocious fucking thing in 2016. And again, it had nothing to do with they were all female. It was just a fucking garbage movie. It was a garbage movie over through and through.
Oh, it's trash.
And then they were trying to force that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just really bad. It was really a bad take on the whole thing. And I think Harold Ramis would have been ashamed of it. I really do. But again, what's funny is also the Rick Moranis thing. Dude, what's crazy is that John Candy, that was the first person they offered that role. Lewis, they offered the role to John Candy, and he was the one that said, John, I don't know why John Candy read it this way, but John Candy said, I think I should be a German guy with like 7 fucking poodles. Like he wanted to play it like that, and they're like, no, that's not what we're trying to go for. But dude, I'm glad they got Rick Moranis, and Rick Moranis actually will go on record today, and he's like, I wanted to call John Candy and be like, thank you for giving that part, because he was like, you passed it over. But dude, you can't say enough. I mean, the special effects, the comedy, the action, the relationships, the funny, dude, it's Super Troopers before Super Troopers with fucking ghosts.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. But yeah, I love it, man. Like, it's my favorite movie of all time for multiple reasons. Not to mention the fact that the ghosts look cool. The Ghostbusters are awesome, but like the friendship part of it, like I could see me, Mike, my brother, and like, you know, another friend of ours, like going into like a haunted mansion and like dealing with shit like this and acting the same way. Like, you know, he's looking right at me, Ray. Like, it's like, you know, especially not knowing that an actual ghost is gonna appear and then you get slimed. I don't know.
Yeah. No, dude. And honestly, whenever I think about the channel, like, and Ghostbusters is one of my favorite movies of all time. It didn't make my top 10, but it's still one of my favorite movies of all time. Whenever I think about the channel, like, honest to God, if you had to ask me one movie scene that made me think about what it is that we do here, it's the scene where, literally, and I'll use the Wham soap that was sent to us.
Oh yeah.
When they're sitting outside, if you had to explain this channel in a movie scene, it would literally be this. When they get kicked out of the university, and they're standing out there, and it's Ray and Egon and Peter, and they're standing there, and they're like, "What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, Peter? What are we gonna do?" And
that's perfect.
He hands him the bottle, and he goes,
"Yep,
I don't know."
No,
I mean, that's literally what we built this channel on.
Yeah,
is that
100%.
moment.
Dude, Mike and I had a couple of dark moments. Yeah, it'd be like that, because it'd be like, he's like, I don't know. I don't know. But then he goes, we were destined to get thrown out of this dump. Whatever happens. Yeah, exactly. Mike and I literally have passed around a bottle of Fireball and talked about the same things that him and Ray were talking about. By the way, Vinny is saying he could be the Egon in that group. Fine.
I can see that,
Egon,
Vinny.
If you're going to be Egon, that's for sure. We could be walking around and you could explain to either one of us, because I like Ray too. Either way, I don't give a fuck. If you're going to explain to either one of us, he's like, by the way, Ray, the current mortgage payments comes to $75,000. He's like, at 5%, you didn't even can negotiate with them. Dude, the thing about that movie is it's not even the special effects are on point. It's so bad. It's so cool. It's Ghostbusters, man. They're busting ghosts and putting them in traps. It's the friendships. It's the in the middle shit that makes it work. The fact that you could see that Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, and Dan Aykroyd are working so well together. It's like if you put me and Mike and my brother into a fucking scene together and be like, hey, by the way, you guys are supernatural ghost catchers and you just caught your first ghost. Go. Yeah. Like that's it's perfect. It's so good.
It's the truth, man. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. I think I honestly like if you didn't exist in this world, it'd probably make my top 10. But I'm like, I can't make that. My top 10 is in Jay's. I'm kidding, but no, maybe partly like deep down in my psyche, it's one of my favorite movies of all time too. We both love it, Ghostbusters.
I heard a voice say Zool.
Jamie Wright said, Jay, I need the call it fate speech to end my night, good sir. Love you guys.
Give me 1 second. I'll give it to you.
While Jay's looking that up, let me just say real quick why Lethal Weapon's my favorite movie of all time. It goes back to a point back in my childhood when I realized kind of who I was as a person, to be honest with you. And then that piece of me tied into who I am as an adult, if that makes any sense. I think way too deeply about the shit possibly, but I'll never forget.
What did you pick again?
Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah, man.
I'll never forget when I was a kid. I never had a close relationship with my dad's side of the family, but we had to go there for something, and we're there, and all the kids are going to see Aladdin, and all the adults were going to see Lethal Weapon 3. And I asked my dad, I said, can I go see Lethal Weapon 3 with you? And he said, yeah. And that was always just it was a weird, I always look back on like that. It feels like it describes me as a person in a weird way because I was always into that sort of stuff. And my dad would always let me as a kid watch like rated R movies, Lethal Weapon and stuff like that, as long as I closed my eyes when the sex parts came on. And it wasn't just that, but I had a weird tie into my relationship with my dad with Lethal Weapon. And then also when I got older and you look at Riggs' character, there was a giant point in my life where I really connected to Riggs as a character in that first movie. Like, he Riggs? Lost. Oh. Yeah. He lost the love of his life, granted she didn't die at the time, the love of his life, and he's living alone. He's got nothing. He's living in a trailer on the beach and he's just got his dog and a fucking TV. And then, he's a good person, but nobody quite understands him. And then he starts to go fucking kind of crazy. He's a fucking wild man and nobody around him understands who he is or what he's dealing with. And then he meets he meets Murtaugh and, he's a good, decent human being deep down, but on the edge, he's ready to fucking snap at any moment. And I kind of feel like I lived that for a couple of years in my life. So it was the tie-in between me being a kid and me liking this movie that nobody else my age fucking liked, and then be an adult and kind of being that person for a little while, and the mental stuff that came with that, and then also the buddy cop aspect, the fact that it's a fucking awesome movie alone. It's got the amazing 80s and the entire series that followed it. I don't know, man. I have this weird fucking connection to Lethal Weapon that it's almost hard for me to explain, but yeah, that's that of all the great fucking amazing movies that I've seen in my life. Lethal Weapon is
man, I get it. It's
the number
same
one
way
for me.
I feel about that, about how you feel about Ghostbusters. I can't get the same connection with it.
Yeah,
at all.
Well, I get Ghostbusters.
It's the same, but I understand what you're saying. I didn't have that connection. Like I have the connection with Ghostbusters that you have with Lethal Weapon, so I get it 100%.
Yeah.
So for Jamie, this is actually, I had to look this quote up for 100%. Literally, what Mike and I have talked about in the garage of his house when things didn't go our way for whatever reasons. Ray. Call it fate, call it luck, call it karma. I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe that we were destined to get thrown out of that dump. And then Ray says, for what purpose? To go into a business for ourselves. And he's like, Ray says, this ecto-containment unit that Spangler and I talk about is going to take a load of bread to capitalize. Where are we going to get that kind of money? I don't know, Ray.
Don't.
I don't know. Yeah, man, that's a great. Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. That friendship thing is like it comes through strong.
Yeah. You know what the best relationship in Lethal Weapon comes from with Riggs and Murtaugh is in
On
2.
the toilet.
It's actually 2. It's not just the toilet. That toilet scene is it's a fucking for real bro moment. But then at the end, man, when Mel Gibson gets shot up and he's laying there and his lungs are fucking bleeding out and he lights him a cigarette, the relationship they have there, and then also in 4 when they have the fight on the boat, and like this time it's Murtaugh who's fucked up and he's all fucked up about his daughter, and he thinks Riggs is banging his daughter. And they get in that fist fight. I mean, that whole series, dude. The friendship between Riggs and Murtaugh is just
it's
amazing.
Wondrous.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the, like, Die Hard with a Vengeance. The Jackson Bruce Willis relationship is good. But the fact that Lethal Weapon built their relationship over a few movies, it's weird. It's actually kind of funny that our number 1 picks are about more so relationship based than
friendships.
Friendships based, rather than, the special effects or the action or whatever. And that's true. I mean, that's 100% true. That's why I picked it. We're going to have in the vote at 22, Lethal Weapon is not looking so lethal.
22 is all right. I'll take
22.
62.
For Ghostbusters. Yeah. Next time you won't mess with someone with a positron collider, huh? It's going to come in at number 1. Yeah. Let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown.
All right. I'm proud. Hey, Chocolate Daddy sold 6,000 units. I'm proud of every one of those units. I'm proud of every one of those 22 Lethal Weapon votes. So here's how it played out. Jay won number 10.
By the way, I'm going to point out real quick, I definitely look like I have the haircut of Egon. My hair spiked up, or it could be Extreme Ghostbusters because I'm blonde-headed.
Vinny C says, why is Lethal Weapon the perfect film to represent Friday Night Fights? Everyone says Wham rigs the vote.
I like what Vinny has done. He's come. Hey. You know your life keeps on lifting me higher. By the way, man, I really did want to be an asshole and put Ghostbusters 2 at number 2.
Hey, you could have, man. Hey, you won 8-2 though. AJ won 8-2. I'm proud of my 2. Hey, I walked into this knowing. I just asked it, and I'm not. This is not me saying you didn't, because I know you were as true to yourself as I was to myself. But I knew I like weird shit. I just got a weird. I have a weird taste. So
yeah, I can look at you.
Yeah, you can see my face. I have a weird taste. I knew for a fact that I was not going to win this Friday Night Fights, so I am not butthurt in the least. But I got 2 in there. Jay wins the vote 8-2.
I honestly do. I thought your vote. I thought you might have some of the same classic top 10s. I mean, I was basing my stuff on. Well, I guess we rented things different when we were kids, but I watched those movies that I listed.
Yeah.
Over. You mentioned SLC. You watched these. I watched these movies. I can quote them backwards, forwards, and backwards. 100%.
That's what I said. I've probably seen Empire Records more than I've seen any movie on this list. It's a wild thing. At the same time, I bet if we went from 10 to 20, I bet you and I would have like 5 or 6 of the same movies.
I almost actually texted you and I was like, hey man, let's do 20 because there was so much more I wanted to put down, but like that's tough. Like a fucking 5-hour stream.
You want to do a speed round real quick of the movies that didn't make your list?
I only got a couple. I didn't put them all down.
Okay. Let me do mine real quick then. Movies that didn't make my list that were really close to the cut. American Psycho, Godfather, the original, Goodfellas, The Departed, True Romance. Yep. Fucking hard to leave True Romance off my list.
Dude,
Love
you know
that
what?
movie.
I still haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, you got to watch it, dude. Ace Ventura, Desperado, Rounders, Avengers Endgame, 89 Batman.
That was up there.
Twister, The Exorcist, Any Given Sunday, Toy Story, Anchorman, Liar Liar, Deadpool, The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg, Donnie Darko, GoldenEye, Casino Royale, Man of Steel, Mission Impossible Fallout, Rockstar, The Social Network, T2, Speed, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, The Big Short, True Lies, Commando, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Mallrats, Clerks, The Rock, American Beauty, Dumb and Dumber, Walk
God
the
damn.
Line, Signs, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Die Hard 3.
Why don't you just like list all the movies from the 20th century, motherfucker? Jesus Christ.
White Man Can't Jump,
God
Broken
damn.
Arrow, and Jarhead. Those were all the movies that
Dude,
had a chance.
I literally had. I mean, obviously, if we were doing a top 20, it'd been different. But I had 4 movies that didn't make my list. I had Rambo: First Blood, 100%, one of the best Stallone movies of all time, next to Rocky. The reason why I didn't put it on the list is because if you're gonna ask me to weigh the performances of Stallone, Rocky or Rambo, it's really hard. But I feel like Rocky 4 is like the epitome of Stallone's performance. The fact that he loses his best friend, his own fucking wife doesn't believe in him. He has to take on the trainer of, you know, his former enemy in Apollo, and take on an unstoppable force in Drago. But then again, Rambo First Blood is timeless. It's fucking timeless, dude. It's one of those movies like this dude is just trying to go into a town to get a bite to eat. He has nothing to do with nobody. And you got some of the best bad guy, you know, piece of shit sheriff that shows up. It's like, I'll escort you out of town and all that shit.
Get a haircut.
Yeah, that guy. He, you know, by the way, Tommy from Tommy Boys, fucking dad, great, great actor. You know, he was a great actor. He's dead now, but he's a great actor. But yeah, that movie itself, it's timeless because there's a lot of pieces of shit that still treat vets the same way. And you're a piece of shit if you treat a vet that way. For sure. 100%. I don't give a fuck about your political side. I don't care if you're left or right. If you treat a vet that way, you're a fucking piece of shit and you have a small wiener. Or a dried up vagina.
Small wiener.
100%.
Dried up vagina.
So
fuck
you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
than the Sahara.
Yeah. And then the other one was Die Hard with a Vengeance. It's my favorite Die Hard movie of all time because Die Hard with a Vengeance, it adds Samuel L. Jackson. It adds a flavor to Die Hard you've never seen before. Die Hard 1 and Die Hard 2 were great, but then when you add Die Hard with a Vengeance,
something special about it.
And when he's like, oh shit, is this gold? He's like, put that shit down. They ain't gonna let you keep it. It's like bullshit. He's like, I'm telling you. And he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. He'll feel better when he looks at the back. He's like, shit, that was my gold bar. And then the last one that I had on my, I already mentioned it. I mean, I have a million too, but Return of the King was the last one that didn't make my list. I watched those movies over and over again. I love Lord of the Rings, but I've seen high fantasy before. I'd seen Willow. I love fucking Willow. It's a great movie.
Pull that Willow. I love it.
Yeah, Willow's great. Willow's a great fucking movie.
I'm not judging you. I just like, I like it. Just it came out of fucking left field for me. I was like, fucking Willow.
I'm talking about high fantasy.
Yeah,
Willow. Krull is another good one. K-R-U-L-L.
Yeah,
Krull. Another high fantasy.
Is that Kevin Sorbo?
Movie.
Was that Kevin Sorbo in that one?
No, Kevin Sorbo. I don't think he was fucking born yet. But anyway, and then also on top of that was Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
These are high fantasy flicks. By the way, Conan the Barbarian has James Earl Jones as the Snake King, which is fucking, he's great. He's great in that movie. So I'd already seen those. I didn't want to put Return of the King on the list because I already had Return of the Jedi. And I didn't want to be that guy that puts on, you know, 2 badass trilogies in Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and be like, well, you can't be an asshole and put both those trilogies up there. I'm like, you know, I was like, well, I wanted to be, but I chose not to do it. But man, Return of the King, 3.5 hour fucking long flick, 3.5 hours. I went into theaters and saw that shit. And I also saw Two Towers.
Man, I can't get through 20 minutes of those fucking movies. I can't do it.
Well, I mean, if you don't like,
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fantasy guy. Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, that's fine.
I'm in the minority there.
Yeah, no, you're not. I mean, there are some people that just don't like it. And I've tried to introduce other people to it, but dude, goddamn, it's so good. And I cried. And I took that fucking ex-slut from Skeletor Mountain with me. And she's probably sucking dick because she left about 2 hours in and she was gone for 45 minutes. And I'm sure she was sucking dick at the concession stands. But I stayed for the end, dude. That 3.5 hour mark when Samwise Gamgee and that whole thing with Frodo happens, I cried. And then when goddamn Aragorn says for Frodo, and he rushes Mordor, and this fucking dude before Avengers Endgame, Return of the King was the best cinematic version of a battle you've ever seen on film. If anything else, watch Two Towers to see the cinematic fucking battle. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm getting a lot of Mike's fucking faded in the chat. Mike's like, I didn't eat dinner. Okay, I didn't eat dinner. So give me
kind of faded, but I feel all right. Thinking about making my move tonight. I can't believe.
That's a good time, man. It's a good time. It's always a good time hanging out with you guys. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling a little sizzler. We going to Sizzler.
Mike's gonna bury Thor in the pet cemetery. That's why he wore that shirt tonight.
I don't wanna be buried in a pet,
cemetery.
Don't wanna live my life alone.
Well, there's two different routes we went.
Yeah, a little bit. It's been a busy week.
Holly
man.
Roxy's like, when Mike's drunk, it's written all over his face. I know.
Yeah.
Holly, you're just not noticing that. He's like this.
It's been a
he looks like
man.
He looks like Forrest Gump that just discovered that Lieutenant Dan came out to be the captain of his ship.
It's been dude, this week has been fucking crazy. This week has been a trial. It's been a trial. Last night I stayed up till like 4 a.m. editing and doing a bunch of shit and trying to put a bunch of shit. We had the dryer issue happen. We switched computers, we switched setups, all that stuff going on. It's been a week, and then tonight I sat down and I was like, man, I forgot to fucking eat today. I had a couple of drinks and I was like, oh fuck, man, you forgot to eat dinner.
By the way, I will say one other movie that I left out of the top 10, and
what?
I know you had it on yours too.
What?
Endgame.
No, it was all my honorable mentions.
Well, yeah, so you already mentioned it. I mean, it's probably the best superhero moment ever. So, but I mean, Logan is up there too. But if you had to pick, if someone puts a gun to your head and says, "What's the best superhero movie ever?" Endgame.
Could be.
And we're not MCU. We're not MCU fucking fanatics. You know that. You know that. You guys know that. So
yeah. There's a lot of shit to tie into Endgame. David Nangle says, I don't know who played worse, Mike with his picks in or Rodgers against Tampa Bay. Don't bring up Brady's 3 and T's. That's 3 more possessions for Aaron.
I would say Rodgers really fucking sucked the camel's dick on that one.
Nah, it's not Aaron Rodgers, man. What it was is that
he thinks he's great.
Nah, it's Kevin King, man. You got a fucking cornerback, gives up a goddamn Hail Mary touchdown at the end. And he gave up like 3 goddamn touchdowns. You take away like one of those fucking touchdowns, the Packers win the goddamn game. You take away like 2 bad coaching decisions, Packers win the goddamn game.
I don't even watch football, but I think if Aaron Rodgers had shut his fucking mouth and not be like, I'm just the greatest.
He never fucking said that.
I feel like I'm better than everybody else, and I feel like people talk shit. I'm not LeBron James, even though people talk shit, but I think I'm better than everybody else because that's what he says.
Look,
and then he got his fucking dick handed to him.
He never said that. Hey, number one.
Dude, he literally came out acting
Aaron
like
Rodgers has never had a fucking top 10 defense. He's never had all the shit all these other quarterbacks have. He's come out on the record.
My point being is that he talks the same shit that LeBron James does, and he got fucking spanked.
You love LeBron James.
I do, but I'm saying you hate. You suck Aaron Rodgers' dick, but you got to admit that they're both the same fucking cut from the cloth.
LeBron James wants to be better than Michael. He wants everybody to say he's the better.
Aaron Rodgers wants to be fucking like
Aaron
noticed.
Rodgers never asked anybody to put him above Tom Brady. Hey, let me finish. Aaron Rodgers never asked anybody to put him above Tom Brady.
He never asked. Dickhead.
Okay, so now you're just saying things.
I saw the fucking interview.
What interview? What? Where he said
he was like, well, I'm the best. I understand. Like people
that never
don't
happened.
Like me.
That never happened.
Dude, I will pull up and fucking specifically point you to the fucking fact that
he never
said that he thought it was the team's fucking. It was. He never.
When did Aaron Rodgers say it was the team's fucking fault they lost and not his? When?
I'm not saying he said that specifically.
I would know if he said it.
I'll pull it up. I'll show it.
Please.
But I mean, you cannot admit that he's not like LeBron.
It'll be headline news because no one knows about it. No one knows it happened. It never fucking happened.
You don't think that Aaron Rodgers, in his own fucking mind, is the greatest thing that Green Bay's ever had?
Well, that's not what you said. What you said was Aaron Rodgers said.
But you're trying to. But I'm saying you're also saying that he's never said that. He's never acted that way.
He's literally never said that.
Literally. I think Aaron Rodgers is like the fact is that people always think that and again, I'm not a Tom Brady supporter, but the fact that you hate on cocky people, he's the cockiest fucking guy that ever walked the earth.
I don't hate on cocky people.
You hate LeBron James because he's cocky.
No, I hate LeBron James because he doesn't put in half the effort of other players with half his talent. LeBron James,
and you also hate the fact that he goes to other teams to win championships. Why the fuck wouldn't you?
Right.
Do
so
that?
when did Rodgers do that?
I'm not saying Rodgers did that.
Drafted
now
by
you're
the
trying
Packers,
to put two different things though in.
Still with the Packers.
But I'm not saying that he didn't because he's getting a lot of money to stay there at the Packers. But I'm saying at the same point,
LeBron James proclaimed himself the greatest basketball player of all time when he hasn't done a fucking fart.
I don't think anybody ever would agree that LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. But LeBron James goes to teams that he can win at.
Yeah, because he needs
to. So
who
cares?
Because he's not Jordan and he can't do it on his own. He'll never be Jordan. He's a fucking guy who needs to go out and play GM and create a team to be great.
Dude, there's no way that, but people also said LeBron James would never win more than a couple of championships, and his motherfucker's already on his way to winning championships.
He's got 4, and
he's got 4.
He had to jump ship 4 times to fucking do it.
So what? You want to go play with the best team you can play with, right? I mean, if I were as talented as LeBron James, I would not want to play for a shit fucking team that I couldn't win a goddamn championship with.
Yeah, if Jordan had done that, he'd have played for 6 teams before he won 6 championships.
But Michael Jordan, when he came into the Bulls, 100%, when he came into the Bulls,
they sucked.
Scottie Pippen wasn't good, Horace Grant, all that shit. But eventually it built up. He stayed there because they were paying him money to stay there.
Because he didn't jump ship.
And he also had Phil Jackson as his coach.
If LeBron played in the age of Jordan, LeBron, instead of fucking fighting through and losing a playoff round and coming back the next year and getting his ass kicked by the Knicks, coming back the next year getting his ass kicked by the Pistons, eventually overcoming it, LeBron would have wait. Jordan would have left that first year, joined up with the Pistons, and been, I'm a bad boy. I'm the greatest guy from ever. Look, all I'm saying is LeBron, any given night of the week, goes, I'm gonna take that. It's a regular season game. I don't need to try hard. Jordan played his ass off every fucking game. If you took Jordan or Kobe's brain and you put it in LeBron's body, the dude would have 10 fucking championships and he'd average 50 points a game.
But what do you do if he wins that? But what if you do if he beats Jordan's record?
He won't. He hasn't, and he's not. So what if Scottie Pippen was the greatest baseball? I could say anything. LeBron is literally.
Nobody thought Brady would beat fucking Montana's record, and he fucking did.
Montana doesn't even have more championships.
Montana actually came
Terry
out
Bradshaw
and said that Brady was the greatest quarterback of all time, and I don't even like Brady.
Brady is the most accomplished quarterback of all time.
Montana said it.
Okay, yeah. Let me ask you this: Is Eli Manning a better quarterback than Dan Marino?
No.
Okay. Well, he has 2 more championships. So by saying that just because Brady has 6, 7 fucking Super Bowls, he's better than everybody else, you're basically saying that Eli Manning is better than Dan
Montana said.
You're basically saying that was it Elgin Baylor? I can't remember the guy. Bill Russell. Bill Russell has 11 NBA championships.
I know.
Is Bill Russell better than LeBron James? Is he better?
Is Bill Russell better than Michael Jordan?
Is he better than Michael Jordan? He has 5 more titles.
But my point being,
5 more titles. Is he better?
My point being, and again, it's not even a sports channel. This is honestly what Mike and I would do at the garage after we were done filming. So you guys have a little extra bonus here. What I'm saying is well, we're not mad at each other. Just so you guys know, we talk like this. We're not mad. What I'm saying is the fact that what the craziest thing to me is, and I was the one that came out all the time and defended the Montana Young shit all the time, that they were the greatest quarterbacks of all time, or at least Montana was. Montana comes out and says, basically what he says, people need to get off that dick. Brady's the best quarterback to ever exist, period. He's like, I didn't have to deal with what he dealt with now. He wasn't a 6th round draft pick. He didn't do what he did. He went to Kansas City. He didn't win a Super Bowl.
Okay. I mean,
you gotta put Brady up above Montana.
No, you don't. Brady went to a team that was fucking stacked. They were fucking stacked. And
Brett Favre, though.
Tampa Bay, all Tampa Bay needed was a guy who came in and didn't fucking suck dick. And Tom Brady didn't fucking suck dick. Brett Favre, fucking my favorite quarterback of all time.
Stacked.
Minnesota wasn't stacked.
They were
Minnesota
good.
had
Dude, they had
Simeon.
they had some of the best receivers
Hold
ever.
on. Name one receiver, Jay, that Minnesota had when Brett Favre
I know.
was there.
I don't need to name that. I know their stats.
Tell me.
I know. You know what? I'll do this.
What?
How about you go?
Just name
you
one
go
receiver
to,
Brett Favre had in Minnesota.
You go to the
That's
year
all.
that Brett Favre was at Minnesota and look at the stats of every receiver. I can't name the names.
Oh, you can't name
were
a
they not
single
the best?
receiver he had. He had the greatest receiving core.
So I can't name a fucking Randy Moss. It doesn't
Not
mean that they
one.
were fucking not like
one.
one of the best.
You can't even name them. Okay, you can't.
Dude,
even
are you
fucking
telling me
name
that
them.
Minnesota was not the best team in the NFL that year? Are you
No.
fucking kidding?
They didn't win the title, so clearly they
Because they
weren't.
sucked. Because they fucking choked.
Okay, they choked. They sucked. So basically, everything you just said is not true. Brett Favre went there. They had a good team, and he took them to the NFC Championship. Okay,
You know what?
He took them to the NFC Championship.
My point being is, I wish I somebody that can name you fucking like players off the fucking end like that.
I mean, I can't. Percy Harvin, Simeon Rice, fucking Adrian Peterson.
You're saying those
fucking. Brad
those players.
I
You say,
named the whole
name
team.
them. So what you're trying to do is discount what I'm saying is the fact that the Minnesota Vikings at the time that
You
Brett Favre
can't
was playing
name
with them
a single
was not
player
good.
on the team, and you want to tell me they're the greatest offense of all time.
I didn't have to fucking know the name. Whether I watched the team, I don't watch the team to fucking memorize the goddamn jersey on the back of their fucking. I could say a team is good.
Okay.
They lost because Brett Favre was
lost.
not good enough to win.
No, that's different. Tom Brady has won 7 championships because Tom Brady has played with great coaches. He's had a great defense. He's had a great fucking supporting core. Tom Brady's a great fucking quarterback. But all I'm saying is you can't just go, this guy doesn't have as many championships, so he sucks butt. Because look at fucking Bill Russell has 11 championships. He has 5 more championships than Michael Jordan. And nobody goes, Bill Russell's the GOAT.
Well,
no doubt
my
about
point
it.
being,
Bill
if I wanted to
fucking
bring
Russell.
somebody on that knew every fucking goddamn player, I could, 100%.
I mean,
the point being is like I don't think that fucking matters. The fact is that Minnesota, I mean, you're acting like, oh, I don't know because I can't fucking name the players. I don't know shit.
I asked you to name
The
one
point being,
player.
Minnesota,
were
they not fucking favored to win the Super Bowl that year?
I don't
They
even
were.
remember if they
100
were.
Fucking,
Were they?
Yeah, they
I
were.
don't know if they
Fucking
were or
read every
not.
goddamn article. Go to Google and fucking do the goddamn translation and fucking
You remember
look.
that, but you don't remember a single player on their offense.
I don't need to, but I don't need to.
They were good. They had a good team. They didn't make the championship. It doesn't mean. Well, I don't even know what your argument is. What is your argument? Like they had
My argument being
Tom
is
Brady
that
and
you're
Randy
talking
Moss
about Tom Brady
had one of the greatest teams of all time, and they didn't win the championship.
They
Are you
didn't.
going to tell
They
me
lost
Eli
the-
Manning's a better quarterback than Tom Brady?
No,
Probably
and
not.
I just said that. I just said that.
So
it didn't,
what is the argument?
But my argument being is that Tom Brady is better than Joe Montana. That's the argument.
Cool.
And I know you're going to argue it.
I
You're
didn't
gonna
say Joe
he
Montana
wasn't,
was better than
but
Tom
Joe
Brady.
Montana fucking. Yeah, you did.
I said that just because Tom Brady has as many championships as he does, it doesn't make him
But I'm not
automatically
even-
the
I'm not
most
even a Tom Brady
talented
dick
thrower
sucker.
of the football ever. It just means that he's the most accomplished football player ever, and he did some great things to get there. But all I'm saying is, just because somebody has the most championships, it doesn't make them the fucking best. If that were true, Bill Russell would be the person we're saying, is LeBron the next Bill Russell? No, we say, is LeBron the next Jordan? And Jordan has 5 less championships than Bill Russell has. Robert Horry.
Yeah.
Do you know
I think
Robert Horry? He has more championships than some of the greatest fucking basketball
I
players.
forgot
of
my
all time.
fucking encyclopedia NBA fucking
I'm
championship.
sorry, I
at
know what the
like
fuck I'm
last
talking
year.
about. Excuse
Well,
me.
but I could Google shit too. I mean, it's whatever.
Did
But
I
my
Google?
point being,
Did you see
I
me
don't-
Google, or did I just know
but
this
you
because
might
I
have-
know
you
what the
might-
fuck
you
I'm
might
talking
have-
about?
but you might have
Because
done
I
it.
watch
But
fucking sports.
But you might have done it.
Did I just fucking watch sports sometimes? Maybe that's it. Maybe I know what I'm talking about because I watch games. Maybe. Just a little bit.
Or you
I don't
look
know.
up some fucking stats. Either way.
That's what I did. I was over here going, hey, here's my fucking Google.
But I
Now
can do
I've
that
got
too. I
something
can
to
do that
say.
too.
I literally didn't. That's the joke.
But the point being is I could bring in somebody that you know that knows the fucking stats and do the
Yeah, I
same
got
fucking
somebody
thing.
in my ear. I got a secret CNN guy in my ear
But
telling
my
me.
point, I'm not going to do that either
Or maybe
way.
I just watch sports for
I'm just
20
saying, like
years.
you not dog shit on LeBron James for
Because
no fucking reason.
LeBron
Because
James is
you
a
fucking
great
jealous.
athlete.
You think he's jealous.
Yeah, I'm jealous because he's better than me. So is every
he
player
went to- he
playing
went to the-
AAU in high school right
because
now.
of you. I don't give a fuck about what you're playing in the NBA. I'm saying like if he went to the Lakers, and you fucking hate the Lakers now all of a sudden, and you fucking licked the Lakers' goddamn taint for years.
I don't.
And you hate him.
I do not like LeBron James. Yes, fact. When did I say I did? I don't like LeBron James.
My point being,
he is
fact,
no Jordan.
he goes to another team to win a championship.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
So what?
So what?
He goes to a team with better players to win a championship.
Right.
Is that not what you're supposed to do when you're in fucking pro sports?
Well,
to
no,
win
I mean,
a fucking championship.
what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to, go
Is
through
that
a
what you're
team.
supposed to say? Okay,
a team pays you millions and millions of dollars. You're supposed to do your best for that team, stay with them, try to win that city a championship. Jordan won 6 championships on the same squad. Okay, he played harder every night than LeBron did. Kobe played harder every night than LeBron did. And people want to say LeBron's the greatest, or he's even in the conversation with Jordan. Fuck no. LeBron is a goddamn Mercedes fucking Benz. Okay, Jordan is a fucking Toyota, and Jordan fucking took a Toyota and did twice what LeBron will ever do in his championship.
I predict that LeBron.
He's a fucking tank versus a goddamn.
That LeBron outwins Jordan in championships. I really do. 100%.
Okay.
I think so.
And if Jordan had jumped ship to every fucking all-star squad he could, Jordan would
It
have
doesn't
20
matter.
goddamn titles.
He was getting paid to stay there.
Not even close. Not even close. When you put who's the fucking LeBron has a better fucking vehicle. His body, he's more athletic, all that shit, right? You put Jordan or Kobe's brain in LeBron James's body, dude's scoring 60 points a fucking night, has 20 fucking titles by the time it's done. LeBron mentally is a fucking
but
he's
there's
not
also
even on their
a lot
level.
of but there's
not
also
even on their level.
There's also a lot of people that have talked about how Jordan was a baby. He was a cry fucking baby. Everybody accuses like Tom Brady or everybody else cry babying about their fucking like, oh my God, they called a foul. They called this.
That's all
he
LeBron
did that
does
a lot.
every game.
But so did fucking Jordan,
God,
dude. He was the biggest trash talker on the fucking earth, except for Reggie Miller.
No,
the
dude,
biggest trash
anybody
talker
who
ever.
watched Jordan and watched LeBron will tell you LeBron is 10 times the crybaby Jordan ever was. It's not even close, dude. It's not even close. I watched Jordan. I grew up. I fucking idolized him, dude. Trust me. I've watched Jordan and I've watched the games of LeBron. Trust me, LeBron is way bigger of a whiner than Jordan ever was.
All I feel like is like people don't like LeBron because LeBron left
he
Cleveland.
A bitch.
He's not a bitch. He fucking smart. He fucking left Cleveland because you fucking suck, and I'm gonna go make my fucking championship. And by the way, he did. Yeah,
great.
It's kind of weird that he did that. He left Cleveland and he fucking wins championships.
Yeah, because he joined. I'm taking my talents to Miami with all the fucking great players. He single-handedly ruined the dynamic of the NBA.
You told me that Chris Bosh sucked before he got there. That Chris Bosh, nobody gave a
Chris
shit about.
Chris Bosh he was a role player who was really good. Did Kobe have to leave the Lakers to get Robert Horry? Or Derek Fisher? Did he have to jump ship and go build and become the GM? Like, he just fucking played his ass off. He went out there and he looked at those other players on his team and he said, hey, you want to win a fucking title? You bust your fucking ass and you do everything you fucking can.
You know what?
And
that's working out real well for fucking John Wall.
LeBron went, fuck y'all, I'm out. And he left and he went to the best team he could. And still yet, to this day, you can say what you want to.
Is he not winning titles? Is he not winning titles?
Hey, does he have as many as Kobe? No. Does he have as many as Jordan?
Is he closing in on that? Is he closing in on that? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, and he's 72 years old playing in the NBA, and he has Anthony Davis.
He's gonna surpass.
He had to build a super team in LA to even have a fucking chance.
You know what? Like LeBron is a different kind of player than we're used to. 100%. Like he's not a Larry Bird. He's not a Michael Jordan. He's not a fucking Reggie Miller.
You're
those
right.
guys.
LeBron is not a Michael Jordan.
He's not. But you know what?
That's
he's
all
one of those guys. Well, he's an athlete that wants to fucking win. And I can't blame him for fucking wanting to go to a team to win.
Hey, all you got to say is LeBron's not Michael Jordan. Fuck it.
I didn't say he was Michael Jordan.
We are in agreement. He is no Michael Jordan. That's all I'm saying.
Nobody's Michael Jordan. That's the point. I
straight.
agree with that. I never said he wasn't Michael Jordan. I never fucking said that. Michael Jordan is a goddamn the king of basketball, in my opinion.
What the fuck are we arguing about then, Jay?
I don't know. I felt like we were just having
saying.
fun. I was having fun. I felt like we were playing poker.
By the way, guys,
I was like, hey, by the way, I got a 5 straight.
We're not actually.
We're not mad at each other, motherfuckers. Like, don't get like you guys. I felt like some people were getting like concerned. Like, no, me and Mike.
I wasn't even looking at the chat. I was just screaming at you.
No, we were talking, but I was like, somebody was like, "You're scaring the kids." No, me and Mike do this shit all the time. Like, we're not fucking mad at each other. Like, no, we're not gonna break up or anything. We do this shit all the time. Like, and by the way, this is sports talk.
Yeah.
Like me and Mike will go after each other on shit like this. It doesn't matter. It literally, like we're sure gonna like suck each other's cocks.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. Like so, we're fine.
I do gotta go though. I do gotta go.
Right.
I'm way too drunk, and I've been drinking and talking about sports way too long. But we love you all, and this will be our last episode because we disagree about sports.
By the way, Pug Jab says, "I love drunk arguments that end up both agreeing and not remembering what it was about." That's usually how it goes at the bar.
Well, let me read these real quick because we did miss a couple super chats while we're running our mouths off. David Nangle says Brady has the top 10 arm, no doubt about it. But his leadership and clutchness make him the GOAT. He'll retire a number one in yards and T's. QBs, his film study succeeds talent. I'll give you that his clutchness and leadership are great. Absolutely fucking.
But I would raise you a Peyton Manning.
There's no chance. There's no way in fuck that Tom Brady's not where he is if he's not clutch and he doesn't have great leadership. Facts. Top 10 arm of all time? No fucking way, dude. Dante Culpepper had a better arm than Tom Brady does. That's all I'm saying about that, David.
You know what? Honestly, and I know this is unpopular.
Tom Brady's check down 7 yards. Edelman check down 7 yards. Gronk. That's
it's
Tom
not
Brady.
between two. It's two leaders. I think it's Peyton Manning or Phillip Rivers. No,
Oh,
I'm
you're serious. You're
no,
serious right now.
I'm 100%. Fourth quarter, dude. Fourth quarter. If you give Phillip Rivers the ball and they're down and they're behind, he can do some crazy shit.
He can. I wouldn't put him top 2 if you fucking hit me in the face with a stick, though.
Not top 2. I'm just saying, like, he's a good leader. Jesus Christ.
Marco V. Villatoro says, technically, LeBron needs to surpass Jordan in titles and Kareem in points to literally remotely consider the best. I totally agree. LeBron,
I didn't say he was the best.
Again, guys, imagine Jordan's brain in LeBron's body and what he would have done. Jordan would score 70 points just because someone fucking farted and he had to smell it. LeBron doesn't have that killer instinct. He'll never be Jordan.
LeBron's going to get there. I mean, LeBron's going to win the championships. He'll never be Jordan on the technical side. No.
Well, that's all I'm saying. I mean, he could win.
Well,
10
I'm saying, but he could
championships.
surpass the championships. I mean, technical, no. I mean, I didn't say he was going to be better than Jordan. I didn't say that.
No, Jordan's the greatest of all time. You can say what you want to about Brady, football, whatever, but Jordan's the
But
greatest.
you're right.
Fucking
You brought up
basketball
Bill Russell.
player
Bill
that has
Russell
ever
might
lived.
be better considered the greatest of all
If
time.
you look at, I'm just saying, if you look at titles, you're going to tell me that Terry Bradshaw's 3 times better than Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre? You're going to tell me that fucking Eli Manning's twice as good as Dan Marino? You're going to tell me that fucking bullshit?
Well, you could also look at Jim Kelly from Buffalo.
Never won one.
4 in a row. 4 in a row, by the way.
You know who
Buffalo
won a
did.
fucking title? Trent Dilfer. Brad Johnson won a fucking championship, okay?
That's like saying that Shooter McGavin won.
Rex Grossman made a fucking Super Bowl. Is he better than fucking Fran Tarkenton?
All I know is that the hate for Tom Brady. I don't like Tom Brady 100%. I think he's a douche.
I like Tom Brady. I just think
like
that the fact that he's definitely the GOAT, he's the greatest of all.
He might be, man.
He's the most accomplished. He's not the most talented, though. That's all I'm saying.
Joe Montana himself came out and said he probably is.
Yeah, well, Tom Brady went to the fucking.
That's like Jordan coming out and saying
fucking,
that LeBron is the best.
Send Brady the goddamn Jaguars. See if he wins a fucking title last year.
By the way,
okay?
I think they probably do need to change the fucking trophy from the Lombardi trophy to the goddamn Belichick trophy. At this point, yeah, man, that guy, Bill Belichick, greatest coach of all time, 100%.
Yeah.
You guys cannot disagree with that.
And full disclosure, I like Tom Brady. I actually like him. When he came back on Atlanta, I said that motherfucker's got steel nuts. I just think that the idea that he's the greatest fucking athlete of all time is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. He is the most accomplished of all time, and that is commendable. And he got himself there. But I don't even think he's the best thrower of the football of all time. To be honest with you, I think.
Well, no, Jamarcus Russell fucking had a bomb arm too.
Best athlete of all time at the quarterback position, Mike fucking Vick. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Mike Vick is the best athlete to ever play the quarterback position. Best thrower of the football, my personal opinion, Aaron Rodgers. Toughest quarterback of all time, Brett Favre. Most accomplished
they're
quarterback
both from Green Bay.
Tom Brady. I know, but it's true.
It's kind of weird that they're both from Green Bay.
But it's true. I love your fucking faces.
I don't know.
I gotta go. We gotta go.
We gotta get out of here.
Good night, guys. Have fun. Enjoy your nights. Happy weekend. Have a great time. Get your wiener sucked.